All right, free for all. Everybody talk all at once. I'm kidding. Don't do that. Welcome to the stream.
Happy
Taco
Tuesday!
He says, Happy Tuesday!
Taco Tuesday if you had that for lunch. So there's that. But more importantly,
If you had tacos for lunch, happy
it's
Taco
mildly
Tuesday.
heroic Tuesday.
That's more
Visions
important.
of Phaendar. That is way more important. Absolutely.
So,
Man, I am excited to get this
who
underway.
wants to break the news to everybody?
I can do it. That's okay. I'm not afraid. I have GM'd my fair share of retcons, and I am not ashamed.
Well,
So basically, Friday didn't happen.
What was
because-
Friday? What's a Friday? I don't even know.
Yeah, there are no records anywhere of that session ever happening, so it didn't happen.
Yeah, Sarah, I think
But-
you're confused. We meet Tuesdays. So,
I know, right?
so weird.
Weird. But anyway, so offline we were talking and we just didn't feel great about how the session went and the decisions that we made. And we were doing well up to a point. I think we did really well up to the point of blowing up the tower, and then after that I think there was some miscommunications and we bit off a bit more than we could chew. And Jason essentially came out and said, if you guys continue one way or another, it will likely be a TPK. And we were like, oh, okay, that's not good.
not ideal.
So
I think a number of miscommunications and confusions
Yeah.
and lots of other things going on. It was a
Mhm.
Friday. What's a Friday?
We were
Never
off
done
our
that
game.
before.
You can kind of find the exact moment in the session where I think a big disconnect happened between me and the group is because after that first combat, I was like, oh, we can probably drop out of initiative order because I assumed that you guys were going to be leaving, and then you stayed around.
Yeah,
and we did
yeah,
not drop
I
out of
remember that.
initiative order.
Well, I was surprised by that too because no one gave chase. Like the whole tower blew up, and nobody. Part of that is it's a pretty long way for anyone to get anywhere close.
It's
to
a
the tower
long
from
way,
there.
and you almost immediately
Yes.
cast Entangle over
So,
the entire
that was-
area, so they were just gonna
Fair.
wait.
That's fair.
Yeah. We've
There were
had
a lot
that,
of things.
that happened.
lot.
Well, no, with the scout lady, we had Entangle, but also Darkness. Darkness is also not my favorite spell if you don't have Dark Vision.
You don't like.
because
I don't think you
you
like
can't do anything.
any CC spells or any spells that involve a lot of rolls. Oh man, it's just everything slows down immediately when you do that kind of
Yes.
stuff.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's not so
So-
bad, but
Yeah, so back to the explanation. So we decided as a group that we would retcon the entire session. So I tried to talk Jason into letting us go back to the point where things were still going well, and he's like, no. He's like, you're either all or nothing. So we are zipping back to when Theros is an eagle in the tree. And we found out also that, Theros can stay wild-shaped for longer than we thought. So that will give us a bit more recon time on that initial day. Hopefully can get some information before he zips out and reports back to the group. And then we kind of have a loose strategy based on information that we come up with. And it could still all go to crap. We could still be really bad, but
it could.
At
But I think
least
we're putting
we
our
give it a
best
fighting
foot
chance.
forward. Yeah, our best foot forward this time around. And I think the other thing too is that we're prepared for a multi-day journey for this final stint. I got to be honest, I was ready to be done with book one. I think is another feeling that I have, but I think I'm getting into this now. The slow play, the let's take out this last camp, and I'm excited. I think it's going to go well.
Yep. So with that, we can kick it over to Jason. And I don't know if you're going to give us anything, but basically my assumption was that we would start with Theros still in the tree as an eagle watching the camp.
Yeah, we can start with that. Are the other three of you doing anything in that meantime during that extra 3 hours that he would have had in addition to the one?
This is going back like the first time he went to investigate the camp.
Yeah, so it would be like 11 o'clock. He gets there, observes it for an hour, and that's when he originally came back. But he has 3 more hours, so he can spend quite a long time doing that. But didn't know if the other 3 of you were going to do anything on that first day.
Does it make sense for us to, like, staying pretty far away from the camp, try to find tracks of potential patrols going in and out of the camp? Like, not close enough that we would necessarily roll stealth against the camp, but stealth against potential patrols.
I was thinking that, although I remember something that Jason said that I didn't know yet, but he'll infer with the roll, is that there's not like they're doing a routine route. You know, it's not like a patrol is marching around a certain area of the map at a specific schedule. We couldn't tell that information from a real nature role that we are at an encounter with merely a patrol that we've been tracking down, separate from the rest of the main camp. That would not be so bad. But that might be after his 3 hours are up, I think, depending. What time of day is it, Jace?
If we're still doing during his stuff, it would be around noonish.
Around noonish.
It'll be early afternoon, like 3 o'clock or so, afterwards.
So if I remember this scene, Aiden had volunteered to run ahead and scout things out, and then Theros is like, buddy, I could become a bird for 4 hours, all right? So maybe I'll do the scouting and you go do some other ranger things. So I think he's gonna not be pouting, but he's mostly gonna be quiet and just gonna let Theros take lead on this. And I don't think there's anything he wants to accomplish before Theros comes back.
That's my best eagle sound.
Okay.
Oh, that's pretty good.
It's better than I can do.
I give it a 6 out of 10. Could use improvement, but I think most of that was the mic.
Solid 5 out of 7.
Yeah. 5 out of 7 sounds worse, doesn't it?
So, Theros, you're spending the extra time there observing the camp, and in your form, you can go from tree to tree, getting different angles and whatnot without too much difficulty. You see, just like before, you see all of the different people inside of the camp. You notice that the people, the hobgoblins and bugbears that are in this long rectangular tent, they are resting and asleep. They are unarmored, and they would probably take some time to get prepared in the case of a surprise. You see that a lot of the people in the courtyard are either sparring or just engaging in conversation as they cook food. You see that a lot of their supplies are kind of in the courtyard. There's a number of barrels that seem to be placed there to collect rainwater and such. You notice all of the weapons and equipment that they're all wearing. Pretty much all of them have like leather equipment, axes or swords, and either longbows and javelins.
Theros will think to himself, dang, chill metal won't work against that armor. Go ahead.
Yeah. You notice the same thing that Aiden had noticed last time about the tower, where they seem to only cycle through very irregularly, or regularly but over long intervals. And when they do cycle, they let down the rope, people come down, go back up, and then they bring the rope back up to the top so that people can't really gain access without them knowing.
Sure.
And there's general movement around this camp, but during the 4 hours that you're looking, from like 11 to 3, you don't see anybody enter camp, you don't see anybody leave camp during that time frame.
And not that it'll prove relevant, but we also know that during that transition on the tower, they're a tad sloppy on it. There's not like one person like constantly maintaining watch as they go one at a time back and forth. It's kind of the 2 go down, the 2 go up. So there's a small window there.
Yeah.
Do most of the patrols go out this way? Do I notice that, or Do I notice if any-
During the time frame that you're looking, you don't see patrols come in or out. During that 4-hour, specifically that 4-hour block of time, you don't see anybody come or go.
Understood. How big is the opening to this big tent here?
It looks like it's kind of like a wide flap that can be, like pulled back or closed, but the opening itself is fairly wide. It's 5 or so feet, maybe a little bit more than that.
And it's closed,
But-
I'd assume.
Generally, it is left a little bit open so people can like brush it aside to walk in and out. So it's not like pulled all the way open or anything like that. So you can't see into it very well. And during let me think, 11 to 3, you probably don't see anybody go in or out of that tent during that time frame either.
Same for this one, this tent down here.
Yes, nobody goes in and out of that tent during that time frame.
Man, I wish I knew if there was like find a way to see if there's a tunnel in here. I'm a
You
bit
could just
concerned.
pretend to be a lost bird, the poor bird like flying into a window over and over. You
These
just
goblins
go
threw
into the
rocks
tent.
at me.
Yeah, you just go into the tent, hit all the walls, and then get out of there.
I
I
don't.
highly encourage that course
No,
of action.
I don't. I
I
don't
think
want to do that.
I don't think they're gonna do. What are they gonna do? Throw a rock at you? Try to
You can
squash
shoot
your
arrows
head
at
off?
him.
Maybe it's a bird. What are you actually? An eagle?
I'm an eagle. Yeah.
Yeah, they try to snap your neck if they could.
Definitely.
They'd probably eat you.
Yummy.
Trying to think, there's anything else I can do. I don't think there's
Are
really.
you unwild shape into a human after the spell's duration while they're cooking him? Or what if they ate
That's
him?
what I was gonna say. Like, what if they eat him? Does he then expand into his normal size after they eat him?
So then do they?
Because honestly, that could play into our advantage. I'm gonna have to go ahead and ask you to
do goblins eat people?
take one. There's a tent of skin.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I mean,
I mean, humans have done some
Is that
pretty
really a
awful things to
question?
humans without eating them. Like Vlad the Impaler
would-
did some nasty stuff, but he
it
didn't
wouldn't-
eat
humans have
them.
also eaten humans, though.
Yeah, but I'm saying it doesn't like they're not mutually exclusive. Like if you skin a human, you are
Right.
obviously going to eat it. I'd say it's like a fear tactic thing.
I'm just
Yeah.
saying it's not
You
out
might
of the
just play a
realm of
human
possibility that if you skin a
just
human,
because.
you might eat that human. One of my considerations would be if you're skinning me, you're probably gonna eat me. Like that would be
Hey Miles, your
My
username is not
concern.
okay in this in this setting. You're gonna get some people upset with you with a name like that. I'm kidding. Welcome.
Welcome.
I've already wild shaped, unfortunately, today, so I don't think wild shaping into a horse is possible.
Hey Miles,
at
nice
my
of you to
level.
join us, man.
Yeah, welcome. Then I guess
okay.
Theros
no more
will come
intel?
back to the team and report his findings.
Jace, I don't know. Do goblins eat humans in Galarian? It's not beyond them, but they're not particularly known for that.
I've never had to look that up.
I'm on Google.
All right.
Hobgoblins eat
I'm sure they could if they had to.
humans. Pathfinder. This has been asked before, so
Yeah.
On the
I'm
fantasy
sure
forum,
it
they
has
say, yes, goblins have been known to eat humans, but hey, so have humans been known to eat humans.
That's
That's my
exactly
point.
what Justin said.
My
That
point,
was a
man.
great point.
Oh.
humans
Great
eat
point.
humans. I think a hobgoblin would eat a
Well,
human.
we have an actual goblin telling us they're cannibalistic, so I believe they would. So I'll take Miles' word for it. Can't get it from the
Fantastic.
source.
So you come back, relay all that information to us,
Yes.
and I think the approach I'm going to take is, Aiden will say, basically, if there's that many of them, we can't take them on. So he is going to recommend the course of action I suggested earlier, which is we try to figure out where these tracks are going and see if we can't isolate a patrol.
All
What do
right.
you guys
You're
think?
gonna try to scout out then.
I don't-
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead, Sarah. I'm all
Well,
ears.
we still have. I don't know if we should wait and try again tomorrow, or if you want to try to scout out the patrol tonight and then Theros can do the same thing tomorrow. I mean, as long as they don't know that we're here, time is on our side, and we should try to get as much information as possible.
I think Niari is right. I am in no particular rush. And Theros, if you can become a bird again, we could gain more information. That would be wise.
I will.
Orin. You're right, Orin. She does have a friend.
If we want to take a risk, we could try to move through the woods while there is still daylight. Maybe we could try making our way widely around the camp to see if there is a certain way, if it comes to actually assaulting the camp itself, if there is a way to the best way to come at the camp itself. So, I know at camp we cannot take them on with just the 5 of us.
Oh, we can't travel at night. You guys can't see at night, so that's out of the question.
We still wait. Is it? What time is it? It's like afternoon now.
It's a
It's
little
3.
after 3 now.
And it's
3:30.
So
like
you still have
February time frame, so it still gets dark early.
Yeah, we're in like mid-February, I think, at this point.
So we have like what,
Um,
4 hours of daylight, maybe.
You've
Three-
got a
3 to
couple
4.
hours left.
Yeah.
Cold. Daylight.
Yeah,
Rats.
we need to be careful because if we do stumble upon a patrol, we cannot let any of them go back to warn the others. Otherwise, we're in big trouble. But I also don't know how else to go about doing this unless we do try to take out some patrols. So I don't know. I kind of want to hold off now, wait to see if we can get more information as to when the patrols come and go, how many are in the patrols, and then maybe go from there. Unless any of you have objections.
How do we know they won't send a team back to the caves?
We don't.
I think that we should consider camping between here and the caves. Then we would know if they go that way. But I think Niari is right again. We have to be slow and patient. And I think it is important that we steel ourselves for what we might have to do. I am not optimistic about this. We will have to be careful.
I do agree.
Maybe.
It would seem that the best course of action would be to attempt to whittle them down as best as possible. There doesn't seem to be any discernible way of defeating them all as they are now.
That's correct.
In agreement, but how do we find a patrol?
That's what I'm saying is we just lay low today, put ourselves between this camp and our camp to try to see if anyone is sent down there. And we rest for the night, and then Theros goes out the next day, tomorrow, and sees if he can get more information. Maybe on which direction the patrol goes in the forest. And like I said, how many are there? And if there seems to be too many in the patrol, then I don't know. To be honest, I don't feel good about this. But we have no choice.
So what are you guys doing in the hours before you have to make camp?
Debating if we just have somebody go and keep an eye for a little bit longer, because he spent 4 hours up there. That's not a full day of observation, you know. It wouldn't hurt to see what they do. as the
Well,
Yeah.
stealthy boy, you're up.
yeah. I mean, Aiden
Because
will,
ain't none of us
will
gonna do
offer
it.
that.
I would immediately get called. The camp.
How
I-
how stealthy are you, Aiden?
Up. It would be an 8, but I can be a lot quieter if I'm not wearing my armor. So like an 11.
If I take off my armor as well. I don't know if we want to risk it for a 2, but I can try.
Hold on. I won't get too close, and I will not put myself in danger. But maybe we can learn of one of the patrols or something. Because right now, I don't think that we have anything to go on. Not yet.
Right. I think we need to try to get as much information as possible.
Don't you worry. Yeah, no. So he'll bugger off and stealth ahead again
With or without armor.
with armor.
Okay.
Coward!
It is a bit stealthier without, but I do not want to be caught in a bad situation without that bonus to my AC.
Where are you going and how are you positioning yourself so you can see the camp? You're going to climb a tree?
That's what I'm thinking about doing. How tall was this ravine again?
Once you get off the official map, the part that I have drawn is 5 feet. So that would be just a move action to climb up. I wouldn't even have like a climb check because it's not
So in
that
theory,
much.
if I climb up a tree here on this northeast side, Aiden would have a pretty good view of the camp.
Yeah, you'd have a pretty decent view. Like
think-
some of the stuff right around here might be blocked by the tent itself, but most of the open area would be visible.
Right, and I think that he is going to then do a wide arc off the map, you know. And when he gets to the eastern side here, I'll take some survival checks to see if I notice tracks or anything like that as I stealth my way into position up there.
Okay. As you walk across that eastern side in the forest, you see there's lots of tracks. Like they have probably been in this part of the forest for a week, maybe 2, and they probably send out 1, maybe 2 patrols daily. So there's a lot of different tracks going in multiple different directions. Some of them like veer north, some of them veer south, some of them keep going east, some of them it looks like they kind of tug pretty close to the ravine and start going the opposite direction. It's all over the place, kind of.
Okay. He'll do his best to cover his tracks as he goes through. Not that he expects anybody to really be looking down.
Well, you don't leave tracks.
Oh, that's right. I don't leave tracks.
His favorite terrain.
Because you a ranger in the forest.
I am a ranger.
So, what is, out of curiosity, what is your climb bonus?
My climb is a 5 with my armor on.
Okay, so if you take 10, you can hit a DC 15 to climb a tree. Okay.
Yep. That might be why it's a 5.
Can you take 20 on climb?
No.
Because there's a fail state, you could fall and die. Yeah.
Okay, because I kind of want to, like, where we're at, I kind of want to try, like, how tall are the trees in this forest? Like, to get, like, near the top.
They are pretty tall. Well, the exact number is way somewhere else on the PDF here.
50 feet tall.
I think they're a lot taller than that.
I just didn't know if it was possible to climb to the top to get to, like, the canopy.
That might be a little tough because getting too high up, the trees would be a lot more thin and less able to support your weight if you went like past the canopy.
He just called Nairi fat. Rude.
Basically.
Oof.
It's all right. Expect as much from my brother.
I have no idea where the section is.
It's fine. I won't do it. I was just gonna try to climb up to see if I could see like smoke rising from anywhere else in the surrounding forest, just to see if, maybe this is the main camp, but are there break-off camps nearby?
Trees grow over 100 feet high and blot out the sun in most of the forest, leaving the forest floor in a perpetual twilight and often supporting entirely separate ecosystems in their upper branches.
Yeah, it's a giant tree.
Wow.
Alright,
So the trees are
so-
very, very high, and
Yeah.
as I was saying in previous encounters, like a lot of the time it's dim lighting in the forest because of how much light they blot out.
Trees are tall. Like that's 100 stories. That's 100 feet. I mean, that's 10 stories. That's not
Pretty big.
That's a pretty big tree.
Pretty
Yeah.
big tree.
Okay, scrap that. I won't do that.
Yeah,
And
you can climb.
I can't get to where I want to be to see anything. I was just going to try to get additional information from where I'm at, because I'm trying to think what else Nairi could do in this situation, and there's really not a lot until she
Pray to her gods.
yeah, we could maybe if we no, never mind, that's a really stupid idea. We can't do that.
I don't accept that until you say it. Then I'll tell
Well,
you.
I was thinking, like, in movies and shows, and
I've
I'm
watched
thinking
one or two.
Indiana Jones, like, we should dig like a pit, and then we could lure them, and then they could fall into the pit, and then we could shoot them in the pit.
I was gonna ask how long would it take to build like some like stakes
Traps.
and put them in the ground, Jason? Would that be like a survival skill or what?
There-
would that...
It's actually a craft trap making skill.
Oh,
And that is how you create traps. You can substitute that for survival for some of them, but it depends. Each of the
I'm
traps.
talking real crude, like little hole, pointy sticks, like nothing crazy.
I mean, it can't be higher than, I don't know, appropriate DC, whatever Jason comes up with. But there are similar traps that you can lay at DC 5, 10, and 15. Just depending on
The only problem with
budget.
traps is that most of the time their perception check isn't much higher than the DC to create them.
Right.
So a crude trap would probably be very easily noticed.
That's the
A
situation.
more elaborate trap would be harder to notice. It's also harder to make. So is anybody doing anything else, or is Aiden going up in the tree today for the rest of today? Or like Nairi, was there something you wanted to do today?
No, because I can't do that. I mean, I was just looking, we have a climber's kit, but that's not going to help me get to the top of the trees like I wanted to. And I don't know, like, because I wouldn't mind like scouting the camp, but I don't have good stealth, so I don't want to risk it with a bad roll or anything. So I guess I might, in a 50-foot radius or something, I might try to find tracks to see if there's tracks of any humanoids other than us, but there's really not a ton that I can do in this situation.
So we will switch over to Aiden there. So Aiden, you go up in a tree into that area, and you kind of make yourself comfortable because you're going to be up there for a couple hours most likely. How long did you want to go? Until it got dark, or into the night, into the next morning, or how long you want to be up in the tree?
Oh man, he could stay there all night, I guess, couldn't he? I guess we'll play it by ear. It depends on how safe he feels in his location and how unlikely he feels that he's gonna get spotted.
Okay. So you get up in that tree, and given how far away you are from most of the camp, you feel pretty confident that nobody's going to see you unless you do something to really stand out over
Right.
there. So you're watching the camp, and probably gets close to like 5 o'clock or so. You see them start getting their food ready for the dinner time. They've got all their roast spits over the fire. And not too long after that time, you see that there's a little bit of movement in the camp. You see 2 more hobgoblins come from this big tent that you guys haven't seen inside. 2 more of them come out of there, kind of join the rest of the group as they're eating dinner. You see that the watchtower group, they do not cycle. They cycled a couple hours before when Theros was watching, but the 2 goblins up there, they do kind of rush down to partake in the dinner time, leaving only the 2 people up by the tower, just them. So there's a little bit of movement. The goblin that's down in the pen, he kind of moves up to join as well. Nobody leaves this smaller tent to the west side, though. What you do see is one of the goblins actually takes some food and brings it in there, and then comes back to the rest. And after they're done eating, those 2 hobgoblins that came out of the larger tent go back in, just those 2, and then the rest kind of resume their positions and whatnot. A couple more hours go by, and as it starts to get a little darker, you do hear over in the eastern side what sounds to be a patrol coming up. It's probably close to 7 or so o'clock at this point. They seem to be arriving, and I'll just plop somebody down, and you notice, make a perception check.
Sure. And I was gonna ask too, during the dinner sesh, did anybody come out of this tent down here?
No.
Okay. And then he wanted to count heads if he could, and get an idea of how many there are.
Okay, if you're counting, you would see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You would see during that dinner party, not party, but dinner time, there were 6 normal goblins, including the one down here. 6 normal goblins. There were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There were, I believe, 7 hobgoblins, not including the 2 up at the watchtower, and there were 3 bugbears.
Okay. And then he's gonna, in his head, add 3 for good measure for that tent. He doesn't know how many are in there. He suspects that there's someone of importance since he didn't come out, but he doesn't know if it's just one person or if there's anyone else in there.
Okay. And when the patrol comes, you notice that in the patrol are 2 hobgoblins, 1 wolf-like creature, and 2 normal goblins.
Wolf-like, not a wolf?
Roll a knowledge arcana.
I don't know.
Is it
I have
a
that.
beast?
Yeah, is it
Where
a
to
magic?
find them?
Is it a
Thank you-
magical
thank you,
beast? Because then
Justin.
I can roll for it. Otherwise,
Interesting.
I can't. I think is how that works, right? Because I can just roll it untrained since it's my favorite enemy for magical beasts.
I think so.
Yeah, I think that's how it works. But then I get a +2 to knowledge against them. So it's going to be my intelligence +2, so a d20 +2. So just add 2 to this.
Okay.
20.
You recognize this as not a wolf, but a creature known as a warg.
Oh, okay.
Interesting.
So,
What do
let's see
wargs
what
do?
that
Do I
roll-
learn? Yeah.
Yeah, so wargs are unusually large wolves, and they're known to be evil and rather intelligent.
Oh.
They can speak,
Oh,
Oh.
that was
and yeah, so they are intelligent. They can speak. I'll give you one specific piece of information if you have anything in mind. Otherwise, I'll just randomly choose something on this step block.
Something useful. Don't give me nothing. Just trust me.
Like their CR or special abilities if they have any.
They
Their
are.
skills. Or a
I don't,
specific
I don't
skill.
need their skills. I think the 2 most useful things I can think of off the top of my head are hit dice because it determines some spells and or special abilities, so we know what to avoid, or spell-like abilities, or
Okay.
like if they have anything like that. So I'll leave it up to you.
Hit dice is a pretty good one to look for. They have 4 hit dice.
Oh, so they're beefy guys. They're no joke.
Much more so than a normal wolf,
Right.
yes. But they are magical beasts.
Awesome.
Neutral evil magical beasts known as wargs. So you notice in that patrol, like I said, 2 hobgoblins, 2 goblins, and a warg. And did you roll? You did not. Roll a perception check.
Does the warg seem to be like obedient to them or acting of its own volition, if that makes sense? That's my
A
perception
little
there.
bit of both. Like it
Too
looks like
higher
it's
on the
following
warg.
orders, but
Right.
it doesn't look like it's necessarily like
It's not a beast of
submissive.
burden or a dog. It's
No.
Right.
Okay, so you're watching and you're looking, and they you notice that they kind of take a weird approach to the camp. So they kind of go like, I don't know if you can you see what I'm doing right now, or is it not going to show until I'm done?
not until you've done it, but I
Okay.
saw you moved him a little bit.
So you see that they kind of make a weird approach to the camp when they come in. They don't all follow the same path, but it's something weird like winding like that. And
Oh.
they all kind of choose like different paths. They're not all like in single file or anything like that, but as they're walking up to the camp, they kind of go like weird winding trails over this knee-high grassy area.
Over
And
here.
yeah, the part right in front of the palisade. And I think I have described it a couple times, but I can describe it again. So it's a makeshift barricade of sharpened logs has been erected to close off the ravine. A single gate hangs loosely on iron chains near the palisade's center. Faint trails through the grass form strange loops and nonsensical paths. And you're just noticing them kind of take these weird loops and paths across the group. You don't notice anything specific other than just like, you kind of look at it as like, that's kind of a weird way to have entered the camp, but okay.
Well, if he narrows his focus, is he able to make out any details or traps or pressure plates or?
Nope.
Okay. He may be able to infer as much, but I don't think he could avoid anything.
No, you don't see anything. It's just like they go in weird, is as far as you're able to notice, especially from the distance
Like
that
they
you're
do a
in.
little conga line before they come into camp.
Yeah, that's weird.
Huh.
Okay. That's up until 5.
They show up at 7.
That's
And
7.
about maybe 10-20 minutes go by, and after they have arrived, an identical composition party leaves. So that it looks like they probably have a day patrol and a night patrol.
And around 7 seems to be the time when they switch.
Today it was. You don't know if it's consistent. You could
Right.
probably infer that it might be, because they tend to be more militaristic.
Right.
They might hold to a routine.
These guys
you could
seem
assume
put
that.
together more than he normally expects of goblins. Is it dark enough now that he can't see? Pretty much.
By the time the night patrol leaves, yes. You probably wait like half an hour after they leave, and at that point you can't really see anything in the camp at this point.
Yeah, except for the low glow of a fire there, but that's not going to be too helpful.
Yeah, and you would know, I assume at this point you've fought them enough that how far away you are, they wouldn't be able to see you either if you were to climb down and begin your way back. You know they have dark vision, but you know that it's not long enough to see where you were. So,
and it's 7 now.
it's like 7:30 to 8.
Yeah, he'd really like to get back up there
About
early in the morning.
7:26, really.
He'll go ahead and climb down and sneak his way back to the group.
Okay. So you're all back at the you're back together at like 8 o'clock.
And he relays all the information that he learned. Yes? I thought somebody was gonna say something because they
No.
turned on their mic.
I was drinking, so I muted it.
Gotcha. So yeah, he'll say that, and then I think he is going to retire for the night, and he's gonna try to go to bed real early so he can get up very early with a full rest. Let's see here, 8 hours from. You said I got back at 8.
Yeah, you got back at 8. You'd probably, after debriefing and conversing, you could probably go to sleep at like 9.
Yeah, he'd like to be up as
Wake
early
up
as
at
4 if he could, but 5 is probably gonna be fine.
Which side of the camp are we camping on right now?
The southeast, a little bit ways away, to hedge them off if they go towards the caves.
Oh, southeast. of
That's
this direction.
southwest. Oh, yes.
assuming they were to do a straight path between here and the caves.
Assuming. Yeah.
Noted.
So the morning rolls around. And,
Yep, morning comes. And how do you want to do this? So Aiden is clearly eager to go scout out again. Is Theros going to scout out immediately in the morning, or is he going to hold off? Are the other two of you going to do something this day, or are you still kind of wanting to bide your time?
Probably be best to
Yeah.
wait a little bit. Theros will probably want to wait a little bit if Aiden's going to scout anyway.
Yeah, Aiden will offer to go again in the morning, and then it's kind of like, but if Theros, if he wants to go, that's fine. And he would have told about the patrol change that he noticed. He kind of wanted to see if he could watch when they shift in the morning, but he thinks he might be a little too late to get over there. But he'll leave it to Theros' decision.
Well, oh, thanks, Miles. I will adjust my mic a little bit. Let's see here. Well, I mean, Theros will do whatever the rest of the crew is hoping. If he should take wild shape first and scout first, he's willing to do so.
I definitely think that we need to stagger it somehow to try to make use of the time that we have. I feel pretty useless. I don't know if there's anything that I can do. I can try to get close and stay quiet. I mean, if worst comes to worst and they hear a sound, I mean, the forest is full of sounds, right? It's not necessarily a cause for alarm.
Niari, I do not think that you are useless. And he's thinking, if you want, I found a pretty good place that you might be able to. I could lead you there and then look for a different vantage for myself. If you really wanted to. But I think Theros and I can do this.
I don't doubt that you can. I just feel more hesitant. I have something to go back to now, and I guess I'm afraid. I don't know what's going to happen when this finally kicks off. And I told her that I would come back. So I just want to make sure that this is the best way to do things, and I want to get every advantage that we can, and I feel like me just sitting back here, I'm not doing that, but I also don't want to jeopardize what you guys are trying to do, so I will remain here for now, unless there's something that you think I would be better doing.
I'm sorry, Niari, that I am not smarter. If I could think of something more. I don't have anyone to go back to, but I think I can understand. And I want you to know, you don't have to do anything.
I don't think that's true. I think I do have to do something. We all do. With the position that we're in right now, if we do nothing, something is going to come to us. And I cannot allow that to happen.
Okay. Theros, you think that you will go then?
Without saying a word, Theros turns into an eagle and flies off towards the camp.
I think that's a yes.
Aiden will turn back to Orin and Niari. I will leave shortly after him. He can get a better view than me, but it would be best if we don't miss any time. I don't want to wait for him to come back before I go.
There really a reason to scout the camp for more than the morning? We scouted it the entire evening and night yesterday. Are we really expecting to see a difference in the afternoon than what we've already seen?
I do not know, Orin. But if we can learn anything, that will help us. We will come back, and we will put a plan into action. I promise. We just have to be careful.
Agreed. Good luck.
May the gods be with you. And he'll go.
And also with you.
Yeah, I wanted to be like, may the force be with you.
And also with you. Thank you. So
Okay.
he's gonna set up back where he was.
So you guys are posting up at around. So if Theros wild shaped, he could get there like 5:30. Aiden could get there like 6 probably.
Mm-hmm.
And you could watch for the morning this time. And arriving at like 5:30 to 6, it's still basically dark out. But by the time Aiden gets up into the tree, like it's difficult for you to see anything with how dark it is. As an eagle with low light vision, technically probably wouldn't be all that much better, but
Flavor.
yeah.
Delicious flavor.
So Theros, you would be able to see with your eagle eyes that around 6 o'clock, the patrol heads out again. It looks like that's when the night patrol gets back and the day patrol heads out. So both of these switches that you're aware of occur basically during dim or dark lighting, but the day patrol must either be out there for a good long portion of the day, or there might be a second, like a third switch that you're not aware of. You don't know at this point. You didn't notice one in the middle of the day yesterday. That much you do know. The only 2 switches you're aware of are at dawn and dusk, basically. But
Got it.
that same group, they switch out early in the morning. Aiden, an hour goes by and you're finally able to start seeing some of the details a little bit. It's still a bit dark, but you can see a bit more now. Both of you can roll perception checks.
Roll 20, don't fail us now.
Not great. Again,
Oh yeah, that's pretty. Yeah, that's,
my
what,
my,
a
my
2?
perceptions
4?
are either like crazy good or just terrible.
Not good. So 15 for Theros, 25 for Aiden.
Oh, good.
So Theros, since you're the only one who can see it at this point in time, when they leave the camp, you as well notice the group that comes in takes like a weird route. So I'll just do like some random.
Windy path.
I think you guys can see this, right?
Nothing right now.
So like they do like some weird. You can't see it.
Nope.
No.
No.
Bless you,
Am I on
Mary.
GM? I'm on GM. Okay. Like they take like a weird, like zigzaggy, weird. I don't know, just something like this into the camp, and then the ones that leave, like they do like a weird, like I don't know, something. I don't know, something on the way
I
out.
didn't memorize
They-
Are
that.
they
Hold on.
eating like mushrooms?
Yeah, like what is going
something-
on? Are they drunk?
And so you notice that as the day progresses, 4 hours go by. What new stuff do you see? You would see the two hobgoblins inside that tent. They do come out in the early morning and start conversing with some of the other ones, and it looks like one of them's kind of like directing them to move a couple supplies around, take some things into the tent and whatnot, take some things out. So there's some sort of movement going on there in the early morning. But after that exchange is done, they go back in, and it is probably around 8 or so that you do see a figure come out of the tent to the southwest. And it's this very, very large, hulking figure. And I can blow him up. I've done so before.
I feel like he's familiar somehow.
Oh, wow. I remember seeing him back with Elwood. Wow. Look at his foot. It looks like the stone is his foot. Wow, guys.
You're a wonderful actor, but...
This is why I get paid the big bucks.
He had to pee. Just
What? Oh,
He left the
stepped
tent.
out to pee.
That's why he came out of the tent. He had to pee.
You just see him standing at the flap, and then he just walks back in.
Yeah, but it's this large creature, terrifying appearance. You don't have knowledge local, so you can't really roll too much to notice things about this creature.
Who
But
doesn't have knowledge local?
do you have knowledge local?
I do have 1 rank in knowledge local.
Oh, so then roll a knowledge local.
Oh,
One-
look at
Correct
Daryl.
yourself.
One rank.
It's the
Correct
excuse
yourself.
me, GM, but actually,
With a 14,
do.
probably not gonna learn me much though.
Yeah, I'm gonna say you don't learn anything other than the fact. I'll just give you this. This is not a hobgoblin. He is a bugbear.
Oh.
What?
So you know that much, but you don't know anything else specific about him. But you see that he has this terrifying appearance, and the fur on his body is like scabbed and scraped. It's like patchy. It almost looks like it's been rubbed like too much, or
Somebody
maybe
got
with like
rug
some
burn.
kind of acidic or rashy substance. Like it's just been rubbed repeatedly in certain places. It looks like you don't know what that's all about, but that almost adds to the terrifying appearance that he has, is because it's not a clean coat of fur on this bugbear.
Maybe he
Manger.
shouldn't use steel wool as a loofah.
So you're saying he's got the mange, is what you're telling me.
Oh, maybe. Oh no! What if he's diseased?
Ooh.
He gonna give you what's a good disease? Rabies.
Hobatitis B.
Rabies.
I was trying to think of what like an animal gives you.
Did you just say hobatitis B?
Yeah.
You're fired. Get out of here. Theros is dead. Get out of here. You're done.
It's like the guy looks up, sees an eagle, looses an arrow, Theros
Yeah.
is dead.
You know what? All 3 of us, me, Sarah, and Josh, we'd go, you know what? He deserved it.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
I
That's fair.
still have
We
fun.
stand by it.
But the alternative is Ulret, who is going to do the exact same thing in character, so I don't think it's any better off.
As the book puts it, his massive form is perpetually unkempt and scabbed. His forearms are always blistered and peeling.
Gross.
Oh, like sunburn?
Something like that. His entire body looks kind of raw.
Ew.
So
That's unfortunate.
that is all you notice of him. But he leaves the tent, he heads out, and he kind of like comes over to address all of the troops kind of like in the morning. It looks like some kind of roll call maybe, as he kind of is giving out orders, maybe assigning them their duties for the day. You're not entirely sure how far away you are. You can't hear them speak. But once he is done with all of that, he kind of comes down and he does the same thing. He addresses the goblin down here. Looks like he's talking to him for a bit, and then he circles back and goes back into his tent. And that is probably all of the unique things you see during your 4 hours. You might see another shift at the watchtower, another transition there. But during the 4 hours that you are wild shaped, that is the extent of what you see for the daily activities, pretty much. And Aiden, how much longer are you staying than Theros? Or were you planning on heading back roughly at the time that Theros' wild shape would probably run out?
He was gonna stay a bit longer, but not much. Basically, so we've had a full 24 hours, even though it was split up, that we observed daily behaviors. You see what I mean?
Yeah. So you stay another 2 hours or so to kind of hit roughly the time period where Theros would have first wild shaped, and you don't see any additional commotion go on. You just see the people in there kind of cycle around. Maybe some of the people who were resting switch out with the people who are kind of around the center camp. But for the most part, they kind of take their time either doing sparring, training practices, maybe reorganizing some of the materials that they have around, like crates and barrels and whatnot, checking how much rainwater they have, that sort of thing. But nothing new happens for the 2 or so hours that you're still watching.
Okay. Then I'll go back to the group.
Okay.
Did you know there's some really weird spells on the Ranger spell list that I was not familiar with? That was part of my weird face earlier. There's one where you summon yourself from an alternate timeline to use the aid another action. Yeah.
That's bizarre.
What?
Yeah. It summons you from a parallel existence, and it allows you to use the aid another action as yourself from a different timeline for 1 round per level.
Are we into the Spider-Verse now?
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
So for basically one action, Josh, you could summon yourself, and then because you'd only have it for 1 round, right?
Who's the real Aiden?
That would be amazing for a GM to play with sometimes, as Aiden like mysteriously just pops out of existence and back into existence from time to time, where his alternate self has summoned him to a different dimension to do the exact same thing.
You can, and then later versions of this spell allow you to have multiple versions of yourself there at one time.
You cast the spell, and a very handsome-faced Aiden shows up.
like it. Why is that?
There's a version of Aiden that looks oddly like Elwood.
Why is that on the Ranger spell list? I don't understand. It's amazing. Ally across time, it's called, and you can also get an army across time. Very cool. Anyhow, back to what we were doing. I wanted to prepare some more like cool spells than just the classics like lead bow or lead blades and gravity bow. It's like, yeah, so you get an extra damage die. It's boring. I wanted something fun.
So it's around noon on the second day of scouting. What is the plan looking like now? I've got a decent amount of information at this point.
I don't know if I have to keep saying it, but I was going to do my obedience thing that same morning. I mean, it can be assumed that unless for some reason that morning I don't have free time, that Orin's going to do that every morning.
Okay.
If we want to assume that they're going to do the same thing that they did yesterday, then from what Aiden said, there should be a patrol that comes back. Did we see a patrol? Did you see a patrol that left after the one came back?
Yes, there seems to be. Excuse me. There seems to be 2 patrols, Niari. One that goes out during the day and one at night. I think that the best thing that we can do is if we fought the day patrol right after they left. That would give us the most amount of time before they were any the wiser.
And that would be in the morning tomorrow?
It would take another day. Yes.
Do you think instead maybe we could catch them as they're coming back? Although if we caught them when they were first leaving, then there would be more time that they wouldn't be expecting them to come back, so they wouldn't be concerned about them not coming back. Does that make sense?
That was my thought, yes.
I follow.
What that means a whole other day, though. I feel like the longer that we spend, the more time until they leave to find the caves.
If they were going to attack, wouldn't they have done so already?
I don't know. What if they're expecting us to retaliate and that's the point? But we have no choice because if we just do nothing, they will come to the caves and then we will have to worry about protecting the others. And I don't think that we'll be able to fight to our best abilities.
I would much rather fight on our own terms than be forced
Me
into
too.
theirs.
Me too. So I think unless something seems to change, I think we should spend one more night. And then in the morning we will try to take out the patrol as it first leaves their camp.
Okay. Yeah. That works for me. He'll take a deep breath. And he is going to spend this day just kind of, sharpening blades and tending to camp stuff and staying hidden and mentally preparing for tomorrow in all the ways that people do.
Everyone, roll a perception check.
Oh no.
That's never good.
Oh no, Theros.
I have
Ouch.
11 points in perception, and I roll
Okay,
a 13.
all right. Okay. So we have a 13 from Theros, a 14 from Nyari, 24, a nat 20 from Orin, and a 23 from Aiden. So we're on opposite ends of the spectrum here.
Okay. So
Yeah, that's not normal.
Orin and Aiden, about an hour, maybe 2 after Aiden returns from his extended watch, you start hearing some commotion a ways away from you in the forest.
What kind of commotion?
Sounds like footsteps and some speaking.
Do I discern what language?
It sounds like goblin, but it's too far away for you to get exact words.
Okay.
And anyway,
how-
Theros, that is how my brother and my best friend became friends and started to like each other. And what is there something wrong? What's going on?
I'm sorry to interrupt, but and he's, quieting himself and trying to discern any more information about the location or how many or anything that he can based on hearing.
I would enjoy hearing more about this later, Nyari.
Anyways, Jace, does he
So-
gain it?
With your check, you can't get a lot more just from sound. It sounds like a group. You don't know exactly how many, though. But
And
it
their
is a
clothes?
group. They're
How close are
probably... They're not within sight, so they're probably 200-300 feet away. But it's, like, very, very barely audible. But you guys rolled pretty well in your perception, so you're able to pick it up faintly in the distance. But it's a ways away.
There's
If
a
you
bit-
wait for a little bit, it sounds like it might be getting closer, but not really.
Okay. Well, he'll say, I think I hear a patrol not far from us now. And
Heard it too.
he'll walk towards the direction of the sound. And,
Maybe it is better for us to stay here and hide and see if we can get the jump on them. I would rather not give away our position if they don't know where we are.
yeah, that might work, Niari. If they come this way, they might check our camp. We could ambush them.
And if they seem to be getting further away, then at least we know the direction they're in, and maybe then we can get the jump on them that way. But until then, I'd rather see if they come here.
We could try and lure him.
Orin gets out his hammer. He's like,
Torogs tongs! Torogs tongs! As I smack a rock, you know. Because
Okay.
that would I do not do that, Jason.
Okay, so you do that.
No,
I can work with this.
no.
I think that works. So I am going to climb the tree nearest us and try to have a bit of advantage and be out of sight. And then, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. And
Okay.
we'll set an ambush. We'll lay an ambush. So if they come this way and investigate the camp, we'll try to get a surprise round on them.
Okay. So you climb up a tree, and another 10 minutes go by. Well, not that long. A couple minutes go by, and the sounds like you can hear them kind of like moving. So they're not getting necessarily closer to you. They get a little bit closer to you, but then they start to get a bit fainter after a minute or two. So it looks like they're passing you by. They're not coming to you.
I think we're fine with that if that's the case. I don't necessarily speak for the group though, unless they.
Like, we're just gonna let them pass?
I mean, if Orin rather chase them down.
Wasn't
We
that
can
like
do
our whole plan to like take out patrols ahead of time?
He's not wrong.
Sorry, that wasn't
There-
in character, but I'm seriously asking.
Yeah,
Did
no.
I missed something? I thought that was the.
I mean,
Like the whole
we can do
plan.
that. I think Aiden was in the thought that like we're gonna do that tomorrow because if we take out a patrol as early in the morning as possible, then we have more time and knowledge than they do. But if an opportunity is going to present itself,
Who knows? They might send another patrol this direction to find
look
the
for
one
the
that
one
didn't
that's
come
gone?
back.
That's true.
Yeah.
Possibly. Not saying they will, but possibly.
You convinced me.
So how do we get?
I'm easily convinced.
all right then. Well,
So how far are they away now?
At this point, they've gotten fainter, so they're probably more than 400, 500 feet away. And at this point, they're moving slightly away from you.
but we could probably gain on them if we started tracking. Maybe
Yeah.
is the thing. We'll
stealth
start
checking
going.
the dwarf is going to be interesting.
I mean, that's only for if we need a surprise round, which would be great, but
If we don't get one, we don't get one.
it's not a
Right.
huge deal.
I mean, even if we get a surprise round, then we're still going to probably have to use it to move rather than act.
Right.
Depending.
How far away they are when we get in there.
Yeah.
Depending.
So I think we give chase.
Okay.
Right?
Yep.
Wrong?
Nope.
Okay.
Right. Let's
So
do
are you trying to catch up to them, or are you pacing yourselves to be along the same speed as they are?
it. No, we've got to try to catch up.
Yeah. Overtake them. That's
Or do they seem to be like going away from the camp?
Away from your camp, yeah.
No, from
Yes,
the direction of the Red Jaw camp.
Oh yeah, they're definitely going away from Red Jaw.
Okay.
Yeah, then absolutely we're gonna.
Because the
give
last
chase.
thing I want is to give chase and have them be alerted, and then we're at the camp, and it's like, oh crap, this is exactly what we didn't want to happen. So
Right.
as long as they're not like heading back to the point where we would intercept them at the camp, then we're good.
Get the stump remover ready. We're going in.
Just lob it like a giant grenade. All right. Yep. We're gonna.
Okay. So
Alright.
you guys start following them. Once you guys are within close enough distance to hear them again, you'd be probably 200 or so feet away. And again, in the Fangwood, it's rare that you get the ability to see more than 100 feet before your vision is completely obstructed by trees. So you keep getting closer and closer. By the time you're just about to see them in the distance, I want everybody to roll stealth checks to see if they notice you like you noticed them.
Oh no. Oh no. I rolled a 9.
Rolled a 12.
Oh.
No, I rolled a 15. Sorry,
A
minus
natural
my 3.
20 on myself.
Okay, so everybody did good except for me and Oren.
Yep.
Unsurprisingly.
Classic. Unsurprisingly, he says.
Okay.
Well, but maybe
Just because you and I have points in stealth and they don't. That's all I meant by that.
maybe Andrew, I mean Theros, Volus, and Aiden would get a surprise round against them, and just Oren and I would not.
It kind of just depends on what they roll, Sarah. They could roll a nat 1 on all of their perceptions.
The odds of that are not likely. I don't
I've
like
noticed
that.
something. You're not quite the optimist I once thought you were, Sarah. You never
there.
know.
That's
It's
gonna be
pretty-
fun.
I've rolled a jackpot before. It's pretty easy, you know.
The boogie
Yikes.
bear.
Yeah, one time I rolled 3 natural 20s and max damage. So anything's possible.
Well, there was that one time that Oren rolled a nat 20, confirmed on a nat 20, and then rolled 3 1s on his damage die. So, I
Oh,
mean,
I remember-
stranger things have happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they might not notice us.
Okay.
Okay. It's just another
So-
day at the office.
You seem
Have you guys
nervous,
positioned
Sarah.
yourselves where you want to be?
I
Oh.
think so.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, Oren likes to lead.
I'm the tankiest one in the group.
He also hates goblins.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Okay. So we will be doing a surprise round, but only Volus and I guess if Theros isn't acting, then Volus wouldn't really be acting. So only Aiden will be acting in the surprise round, as they noticed everybody except him.
Boy.
So go
Except he's
ahead.
standing like out in front.
And
He's like, I noticed the girl and the bear behind him, but not right in front of him.
well, when they turned to look at you guys, he had just been behind a tree.
Okay.
So you guys were on either side of the tree that he's right in
Aiden
front
is
of.
just
so
a
they didn't
master
see
of
him.
misdirection.
Yeah.
Right.
Like
Fade away.
Kuroko from Kuroko's basketball.
Yeah, it's one of those where they spot him, but he immediately goes, "Who me?" and like directs their glance as if he could, and sends it that way.
He's just
Oh,
wearing
he
a
knows.
full set of camouflage. He's basically
He
invisible.
ducked behind
Yeah.
behind the dwarf.
Okay. So, going into combat, we're gonna need everybody to roll initiative.
Oh balls!
I love initiative.
Ew. I rolled a 10.
No.
Ew,
Okay, Aiden rolled a 16. Nayari rolled a 10.
Yeah! That's a nat 20.
Oren
Yeah.
got a 20.
Nice.
Theros got a 12. Sort. Oh boy. So,
Oh my.
top of the surprise round. So basically all of them noticed all of you except Aiden. So in the surprise round, it's going to be all of them and Aiden going. So
Wait.
what?
Okay.
Or I guess if you guys knew they were there, then I guess it could just be Aiden. Yeah, that's true.
That's what I was confused about.
Yeah, so it would literally just be me. I get an
Yeah.
action.
So
Okay.
Aiden, go.
Yay!
Do your move or standard action.
I'm gonna cast Lead Blades at the start of the combat.
Okay, they know you're there now.
They sure do. That has got verbal
Whoa.
and somatic components.
Carrying
Uh,
medium
That is a
ones.
spell that does a thing. So it increases. Oh, so it's like gravity bow, but for a melee weapon.
Correct, and it's for all melee weapons I am currently carrying. So my +1 dagger, my kukri, and my greatsword are all gonna get that special treatment.
That's cool.
I love how the increase to damage that these spells do isn't correct with the increases of size. So it says like they're treated as one size larger, and then it gives an example, and it's not the correct increase.
Correct, but they have their own chart for this spell.
I know, it's just weird that they wouldn't just use the actual increase in damage.
No one
like,
cares, Jace. No one cares about that.
The people who like consistency care. So, surprise round, you take your standard action, you cast Lead Blades. So all of your weapons are now heavier and they will be hitting harder. Okay. Now, top of the actual round of initiative. The tiny goblins are going to go first. So everybody heard you casting that spell. They heard all the other people getting nearby anyways. So one thing that we'll have to kind of visualize on this map is that you're in the middle of the Fangwood Forest. You can't really see very well past 100 feet. So anything that is more than like 30 feet away is going to have some sort of cover from you. You have to be pretty close in order to get a good shot at them because of how dense the Fangwood is. That works both ways. So these goblins, they can't get a good shot at you. So they're going to move. So this one's going to move its movement 30 feet that way, 30 feet that way. They're both going to take shots with their short bows, one against Orin, one against Aiden, but both of you are going to have cover +4 because you're more than 30 feet away. You are how far away? 70 feet away. So both of you are going to add +4 to your AC because of this cover bonus from the trees. So they're probably not going to hit unless they do a natural 20, but we'll see. So we'll do first shot against Aiden. Miss. And against an Orin is literally a natural 20.
Shocker.
Shocker.
It's 14 to confirm, so there's no way it confirms. You take, let me move down here to their stat bar. So I can see
Jason's like, oh, these little goblins, they
So
don't
what's
do
there to
hardly
hit?
anything.
their to hit is only a +4.
That just hits. Yeah.
Wow.
So your AC +4 from the cover,
Yep.
they would have
24.
only hit with a natural 20.
Yep.
So
Yep. 24. Yeah.
Oh, no.
take 4 points of damage from this arrow from this
I am
goblin.
murdering him. That goblin is dead.
This one down here is the one that shot you. And
Orin
that
quick
is their
pulls out
turn.
his journal and writes down his book of
This one? Was
Yep.
it this one? All right.
Yep, I'll mark him. He'll have the red dot.
Excellent.
And next up,
Oh,
it
that.
is
here we go. That's better.
this other goblin down here. He is going
skip.
to move his full movement kind of like here. And that'll be his turn. Next up, it is Orin, who rolled the best of the party. Might be the first time he's rolled higher than everyone else.
Far away is that little bugger? 85 feet.
Oh, sorry, this thing also would have moved on that other goblin's turn. The wolf and the goblin go together. Yeah, so they're still quite a distance away from you.
Right.
If
But
they're
you don't
within
get baby
100
legs
feet,
anymore.
if they're within 100 feet, you can see their position. If they're within 30 feet, you can attack without them having a bonus to cover, a bonus to AC from cover. So that's how the distances are going to work.
Right, within 35 feet. Right. Summon monster. How long does that take to cast?
One full round.
So
Real
you
quick, is
start
it-
to cast it, and then the next round it gets
Top,
cast.
at the beginning of your next round. So you get your full next round, but it's right at the start of your next round it goes off.
Is it cover or concealment they have because of the distance?
It's cover. It's not like there's smoke or fog or anything. It's like objects that are physically in the way.
Got you.
I'm going to use
Even though they have
spiritual
weapon.
weapon.
Wow.
Spiritual weapon, okay.
So I'll need my little Warhammer token, please.
Indeed. Your
That has
flaming celestial warhammer.
120, 30 foot rate cast distance, something like that.
So
Oh, how are you going to play that? So do I need to be able to see them within 35 feet for me to be able to use that, or because like I can see them now, right? I just
yeah,
don't.
if you're
have
within 100
good
feet,
sight.
you can see them, at
Okay.
least parts of them. Like you know they are there. It would be difficult to get a good shot on them, but I
Right.
believe with this spell, You just have to know where
Right.
they are and be able to see the hammer. So because it's within, I didn't actually measure it, but I assume it's within.
Yeah, it's like 85, I think.
85, yeah. So
85.
so you can see like maybe an arm or a leg or something around a tree, something like that. You know where he is, so you can cast that spell.
Okay. So he's
You
gonna
should
go
be able to move it.
towards that guy. Yep.
Okay, and it gets a hit right away, right?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your attack. Base attack bonus plus your wisdom.
20 plus 7.
Okay. 16. And because the Warhammer is functionally a melee weapon and not a ranged weapon, I'm not going to give it any cover to its AC. So that
Thank you.
hits.
Awesome.
Nice.
Yeah.
I don't remember how much damage that does. So
It
the
is, I
spell-
believe, 1d8 plus 1 at your level.
I think that's right.
Isn't it? Oh yeah, it's only your wisdom to attack.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
Yep.
It would
It's
be
1d8 plus
crazy
1.
if it was wisdom to damage.
That'd be better than me. Well,
It'd
not,
be
well,
pretty
close.
cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Almost max damage.
Oh, almost. Not two shabs.
Okay. And
Lauren's
I'm
not happy he got hit with an arrow.
Yeah, that is clear as that guy goes down immediately.
Yeah.
One down.
I
Hit
need a
me, will
hero.
you?
Hit me, will you? I love it.
Torok stop!
It is your standard action to cast that. You still have a move action if you want to get a bit closer.
Yeah, let me measure some distance here.
And I'm just going to get rid of this box at this point. I don't need it.
So I'm gonna move 20 feet up and go here. And that will be my turn.
Okay. Moving on, we have the bugbear. The bugbear.
No, not as a bug.
Let's see what the
No.
movement speed of the bugbear.
Not that's a bug.
Squish the
Not
bug.
this is a bug.
Not this a
Somebody is
bug.
stuck on the bug.
Bug. With the
He's going
Italian hand.
to he's going to move 30 feet up, and you see him draw a javelin as he does, and he kind of hoists it, and he kind of stands in position. He does not throw it, but he kind of stands there with a javelin in hand, and looks like he's kind of waiting for a moment. That will be his turn. Aiden, you're up.
Orin gives him the eye. You see what happened to the last guy?
Mm.
So 5 foot step back. He. He's learning a little bit, and we're going to take off power attack, put on a rapid shot as he rips out his composite longbow, which he loves. He loves that composite
Yep.
longbow.
And you have quick draw, so you can draw that as a free action.
Yep.
Correct?
And we're going to, I think, if I snap to the corner, I have line. Oh, that's not the corner. Let's try that again. Bam. I've got line of sight on every possible enemy. So we're gonna start
Well,
with this.
no, that's not. If they're within 100 feet, yes.
Gotcha.
So
If
you
they're
can see that goblin, the hobgoblin, the wolf.
if they're outside of 100 feet, then it's as if I can't see them.
Yeah, you can't see them at all given how many trees and foliage is in the way. But the other three you
Nice.
can see, but they'll have a bonus to their AC because you're firing and you don't have a good line of sight on them. They're too far away.
Absolutely. I'm
Same
gonna
as
start
they
with
did
that
for
one.
you.
Yep, start with that one though.
Going with goblin.
Goblin first.
And this is
Yep.
rapid shot. 2 shots.
2 shots coming
Yeah.
out. I've got it marked here, so it should do the additional attack.
Okay.
And shouldn't have anything else left to roll. So that is a 24 for 7 points of damage, and then a 17.
Okay. So the 24, even with the bonus to AC, does hit. And 7 points of damage knocks that one out.
And then the 17 will go against.
It doesn't matter. A 17 wouldn't hit anything else with the cover bonus. So
It just
the second one will
goes
hit.
into,
Will miss,
into the
sorry.
thicket. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Yeah, because no matter who you targeted with the cover bonus, it would not hit that second one.
Okay.
But still, yeah, you still got a hit off even with a bonus to AC, so that's not bad.
Not too shabby. Natural 18 will do that for you.
Yeah.
And that's his turn. And
Yep.
that is, so since I cast a spell during the surprise round, that technically counts as a round for the spell, correct?
I believe so, yeah.
So 2 rounds have taken out. That's pretty lame, but it also makes
Mhm.
sense.
I mean, it's minutes per level, so it's probably not going to matter.
Oh, is it minutes per level? Right, yeah, so 10 rounds.
Yeah, otherwise, it would be worthless for you to cast it at all.
Yes,
about
but it's still 10 minutes. It's still 10 rounds. That could
Yeah,
run
yeah.
out.
Minutes per hour. Yeah, a minute
could
per
run out.
hour. Ooh. Next up, it is the scouts' turn. So they're both going to move 30 feet forward. Everybody's kind of scrambling now that they hear movement in that direction. And they're both going to take shots at, I don't know who's available. It's okay, so he can take a shot at everyone.
Everyone.
And he can take a shot at only Orin. So, the
I'm sure it'll
one
be a
up
nat
here-
20.
It's probably going to be a nat 20.
Yeah,
mark
it'll
one.
definitely be a nat 20.
So the red dot is going to attack Aiden. So Aiden, you do get the bonus to AC, the +4 to AC because he's super far away.
Okay.
And these guys don't have rapid shot, so I think it's just one shot here. No, that's only a
He moved
it's
anyway.
only a 13. And then this
Get out of here
other
with that.
one is going to fire at Orin. So Orin, again, you get +4 to your AC. And not a bad roll. It's a 19 to hit, but that probably isn't enough with your cover bonus.
24 with the cover bonus.
Yeah. So they both miss, but they at least tried. Next up, we have Theros.
This is a fun song.
Mm-hmm.
You can just barely see 2 of them from your distance.
Alright. Theros is going to cast Stone Call. A little bit behind this guy. Let's see, the range on that, cylinder on that is 40 feet. So I don't want to catch Orin in that.
So you could cast it right behind him, because that is the edge of your vision. You can only see up to 100 feet, so that's as far as you can cast it.
That should still
Is
be safe.
putting it
though.
there gonna be safe?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, if the radius is 40 feet, then yeah, you'll only hit them.
Okay.
Do you want to give us a token again, Jace?
Ah, minimum damage again, dang it.
Aw. Well,
It's
on
not
one die, you
minimum.
rolled a 4 on the other.
Right.
Not
Make
too bad.
that controllable by
5 on each of them.
everybody.
That's
Decent
a
hit.
cool ability, though. Like,
Okay.
legit.
Yeah.
It's the automatic damage that makes it particularly
Yeah.
really nice.
1, 2, 3,
Right?
4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And an only standard action casting time. Like,
4, 5. Okay.
Is that gray showing up good for everyone, or we want to go
Oh,
with
yeah,
like a dark
that's good.
blue?
yeah, that's fine.
Yep. Okay. So Theros, that was your standard action to cast. You still have a move action and Volus's turn.
Just gonna move there. And
Okay.
Volus is going to move up to attack, having been called out by Theros to attack. Yeah, that's all he's gonna go. He's gonna go there.
Okay.
Actually, back up.
And
one second.
last we have Nyari.
Aw. I'm going to begin casting a spell.
Fun.
Okay. Nyari begins casting a spell. I wonder which spell
And-
it could possibly be.
I will 5-foot step
Unacceptable.
since that's free.
Okay. Top of the round. We have. So those 2 goblins are dead, so we will go to this goblin and his wolf. This is difficult terrain, so he will.
Do they get a
Move
save
up.
against that? No, it's
No,
just
there's no
difficult
save.
terrain. Yeah, it's just difficult.
Seriously, that spell's broken. Like,
It's
That's
only rounds
awful.
per level for the aftermath. Although there's also a very it's pretty cool. I like it.
Yeah.
It's the 2d4 that makes it better, or the 2d6. I mean, that makes it better than some other alternatives like shifting burning sands. I think it is a similar spell that works kind of the same way.
Mhm.
Okay, that is their turn. They're both moving out of the area.
They both have the movement to do that.
Yep, that was with difficult terrain and a double move. And Orin, you're up.
So first we're gonna do the hang on, thinking.
Okay.
A lot of measuring in this one. So we're calling sight at 100 feet.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do I want to hold person on that cat? You know what? I'm gonna.
This music
first,
is way too epic for this battle.
I put stuff there, I think.
This should be
No,
assaulted
no.
in camp.
Yep.
Perfect.
And so then we'll move him up to him,
Classic.
which
Get him,
uses
Jim.
my move action. It does
Yes.
use my move action to move that thing. Wait, so I can't 5-foot step if I move that, though, right?
You can.
Yeah.
It is a move equivalent. A 5-foot step is not a movement action, which is Well, no, I said that wrong, but said the right thing. Basically, if you take a movement action, then you can't take a 5-foot step. If you take a move equivalent, like redirecting a spell or drawing items or something else like that, then you can still take a 5-foot step.
Okay. So he'll swing at the goblin. 1d20 plus 7.
Oh.
Roll to confirm that.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Nice, that's a 27 for those of you listening later.
Yeah, that's a
You
nat
roll just a
20.
1d20, or do I still put the plus 7 on it? Or
You
no?
still put
Still
the
a
plus
7.
7. Yeah. Hey, that's a
Okay.
confirmed. That's an 18 to hit. I think it's a confirmed critical. I say.
Jason's
Okay.
gonna squash our
Oh,
hopes
wait,
and
wait. I don't know if that thing can critical, can it?
Yeah, spells can crit. It's just a ×2.
Oh, okay.
So it does not confirm.
Ah, nuts.
Nuts.
Why is this
Nuts.
in a Celtic battle music playlist?
I
This
don't
seems
know.
right to me.
Yeah,
Mildly
yeah, look at
heroic.
Valid.
So you do get
An
your damage
18
off.
Now, real quick, Jace. I believe you, but an 18 does not confirm, even though he doesn't have cover in this instance.
Correct.
So his AC is higher than the other goblins.
Yeah.
Filthy spellcaster.
Forgive me for my metagaming, but I understand.
So
Okay.
5 damage.
Yep. Noted.
And then for my action, I'm going to cast Hold Person on him using my wand.
Okay, so do you not have to draw the wand? Or did you just have the wand out the entire time?
That's a very good question, Orin.
That's a
There's
good
only
question.
one answer.
The answer is no, I did not have the wand out.
So you can
Okay.
draw the wand.
Drawn it while I did the 5-foot step, or can I not step and draw?
You can draw as if you take a full move action.
Ah. Okay, so that
But-
would be my standard.
Okay.
Well.
It's up to you.
Hang on. What's the. Whoops. Didn't mean to.
Okay,
that.
so you cast that.
Nope. I was just
Barb.
trying to see what the distance was. Because I didn't remember.
Yeah, that spell is 35 feet.
Right.
Miles says,
What
Miles
do you
says,
say?
and suddenly, in the dead silence of the Fanghorn Forest, a heavenly orchestra appears.
It's great.
I will begin casting a
Ah.
spell.
Okay.
Miles asked what everyone's race, sex, and class is, which we will get to, Miles, at the end of this combat.
Yep, that's what I'm gonna do.
So you use your standard action to begin casting a spell.
Correct.
Okie dokie. Next up, it is the bugbear who had readied an action that never happened, so it's back to him.
Stupid bugbear.
You
He's
Jimmy.
going to move
Dumb.
one move action with difficult terrain as he can, which puts him, I believe, within the 30 feet that he wants to be. Yes, it does. He's going to throw his javelin at you, Orin.
Alrighty.
Let me get his bonus up here. Okay. That is only a 13 to hit.
No, sir.
Misses. And that is his turn.
This is fun. I like it when you miss every single time, Jace.
We
Ivan,
did-
you're up.
20s.
He's gonna 5-foot step back in, get that rapid shot going. He's gonna try to take out one or both of the archers if he can.
Okay, so who are you attacking first? The red
top.
dot?
Red
Okay.
dot. Red dot. He got wounded, right? That's what the red dot means.
Everybody's wounded.
That's what I thought, because they all took that.
I put a
4.
red dot on him so that you could know he did something. I can't remember what he did.
Okay. Well, like I said, once again, rapid shots on this. My order of targets is that way, unless both are going to him. And here they go. Pew. Ooh, both are gonna miss. It looks like.
Both of those miss
15 and 10.
wildly.
A 15 and a 10 are going to miss, as
Just-
the DM put it.
Just
Wildly.
horribly shots. Horrible,
Just-
terrible shots.
One might even ask, who gave him a bow?
Like, what are you doing right now? Okay. So there's 5-foot step full round action. That is Aiden's turn. It's now the scouts' turns. They're going to continue. I'm hitting the wrong keyboard. Continue moving a little bit forward, trying to get into a better position here. Are any of them within 30 feet of anybody?
No,
No.
not even close.
But they are. So this one is going to take a shot at the bear. This one's going to take a shot at Aiden. So both of them are going to get their cover bonuses. So against the bear, that is a 23. So it's the bear's AC plus 4. I don't know if that hits.
Say that again, you cut out.
It's a 23 against Bolus's AC plus 4.
Oh yeah, that'll hit.
Okay.
What is his AC plus 4?
Bolus's AC is Bolus's AC plus 4.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let me look. Oh, I'm looking at theirs. Oh yeah, that'll hit still. My AC is 18 plus 4, 22.
Aww. Garbage.
And the other one, who did I say was going to attack?
Me.
Aiden? Okay.
Actually, I think you said
Probably
Niari.
wouldn't have done that.
I think you said Niari, actually, if I remember.
No, I am going to change it though, because
What? No,
he wouldn't actually have attacked you.
How much damage to Volus?
This-
To Volus,
67 hit points.
yes, precisely that much damage. Let me get my
Oh, like
D8.
Oh no, D6.
7 points of damage to Volus.
Okay.
The other one is actually going to attack somebody, not Aiden. He's going to attack Theros because Theros cast that spell. It is a half elf.
Yeah, I was gonna wonder if that was gonna be a factor.
That's
don't-
garbage.
Don't
Racists.
think that's gonna hit. Well, maybe because your AC is pretty low.
That filthy racist.
It's an 18.
Oh yeah, that hits.
Your AC plus 4 because of cover.
Oh,
Oh wait, no, then it doesn't hit it. I have 19.
So what is your AC plus 4?
19?
Okay. So that will not hit.
Keep forgetting that plus 4. That's nice.
Hey
Yep.
Sarah, are you sad because you forgot to cast something? Or why are you upset?
Theros, it's your turn.
yeah. I mean, my character would have known to cast mage armor on him before, as we were chasing them down, knowing that it lasts an hour. But I'm dumb and I didn't remember to do that. So
Theros is going to cast Sickening Entangle. Where does he want to? Somewhere where it's not going to get Orin, but it'll just barely get the bugbear. So probably about there, yeah.
Okay, I'll just put it on the map and you can.
Yep, I
find
got
a
it
place to
again.
put it.
Make sure to get
I'll,
this guy. He's running.
So this is controllable by everybody. And
Sickening
or,
Entangle.
That's a
I-
40-foot radius.
Yep, I got it.
Okay.
Put that where you would like, and I'm going to do something. Here you are. From you, up to anywhere to there. Nope, there. It's 100 feet. So you got all that room to,
That should
room to play
that should
with.
do it. Oh, I don't know what's happening. Okay, we're good. That should do it.
Okay.
So they will all
So the
have
two
to-
scouts, the goblin and the bugbear, have to roll saves
So
to not
DC
be
16.
entangled. Okay, so this is a reflex save.
And they will also have to do a fortitude check.
So do they have to do the fortitude check regardless of whether they save the reflex?
Yes, I
Or is
believe
it like
so.
if they fail the
Yeah,
reflex?
as long as they
have to
remain in
make
the
a-
area. Fortitude.
Any creature that enters the area or ends its turn there must succeed the fortitude save. Okay. So I think it's at the end of their turn, if they're still in the area, they have to make the save. Right?
Yes, as long as it remains in the area, and for 1d4 rounds afterward.
So reflex save, we will do the goblin down there at the corner first. It is a 25. I think that succeeds. The bugbear, 12, fails. And the scout, 8 and 23. So the bugbear and the scout with the without the red dot, these two fail. So I will add the entangled condition to them.
Sorry about the consistent color changes. I was just trying to see which two had the appropriate amount of contrast, but were still visible.
Okay. So that is your turn. You can move, or did you already move?
I have not moved yet.
Okay.
Did they all do fortitude saves?
I was going to do that at the end of their turn because it.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. Excuse me. Theros is going to move up here. And Volus is going to... See, he can make it to the difficult terrain. And then it's half speed through difficult terrain after that, right? Well, actually, I don't want to send him in there because I don't want him to get
Yeah, if
sickened.
you go into difficult terrain, it becomes half speed.
He's going to go after that wolf.
Okay.
Get him.
He does so.
Wait, is that a wolf or a warg?
It is a wolf, it looks
Okay.
like.
That
Okay.
ends my turn.
Okie dokie. Nyari, you're up.
So I finish my spell and I become big.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Enlarge me! And I cannot charge.
You're
correct?
huge.
Because this would be difficult terrain.
Yeah, because of the difficult terrain, you cannot charge at them.
Well, that sucks.
But you can normal move.
Which is
Double
what
move.
I'm gonna have to do.
Remember, you can put yourself anywhere of the four. I don't remember where you had started, if you were there or wherever, but you can be. As long
It
as-
won't really matter. I will double move to get there.
Okay. That is Nyari's turn. Top of the round, it's the goblin guy. He saved, so he is not entangled. He's going to move. Whoops, ignore all that. I messed up. So that's double move.
How many rounds are
So
we at?
it would take him. This is the top of the third round.
Okay.
So that's 10. Okay, so that's 15 feet of movement. And he is now, at that point, out of sight. So I'm going to leave him there. That's the last place that you would have seen him, but he does continue to move in the forest.
Well, out of sight from everyone but Nyari. So you have one more square.
Okay, I'll move him one more square. But, yeah. He's functionally out of sight of you guys, but you don't know exactly where he's gone.
Okay.
And on his turn, the wolf is going to charge over at Volus. And he's going to take a bite attack. Where's my d20? There it is. So 1 bite against Volus. This is not with any cover bonuses. Ooh, maybe. 19 to hit. Natural 14 on the die, so 19.
Yep, that'll hit.
Okay. So Volus is going to take max damage, 9 points of damage.
Ouch.
And the wolf is going to try to trip Volus. Volus is a 4-legged creature, so his CMD is probably awesome, but there's no reason not to try. So the free trip attempt, so this is against Volus's CMD. 17 against his CMD.
Nah, bro, it's 19, man.
Okay. So Volus is not tripped, but he does get bit by this wolf. That is the goblin and wolves' turns. Orin, you are up. Your hammer comes back to you because its target went out of sight.
Right. 1 second.
I will give you no seconds.
Somebody playing a... What instrument is this?
It sounds like a string instrument.
Lute? No.
It's
All right, I'm back. Clearly, I jumped 300 feet and catch that little goblin. No. If the hammer comes back, what do I have to do to give it a new target? Do I have to use my move action for that?
I think so. Anytime you reorient it, it's a move action.
Reoriented?
Ooh,
Yeah.
I already just took 47 points of damage.
I'm still alive. I'm just unconscious.
2 thumbs down for that one. But I have to say, Class A dad joke.
That's what I'm here for, but I'm... He's frozen, guys. He's stuck.
Yeah, reading. Sorry. So the spell I was working on casting was Summon Monster 2
Yes.
for my standard action. Does that go off now?
You can use your standard action to finish casting it. Yes.
Okay.
What are you summoning?
Wolf.
A wolf.
Celestial wolf.
Celestial wolf. I have a dog token.
That'll be good. That'll work.
That's controllable, so you can move it around. Where are you putting him? It's within 35 feet, I believe the range is.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll put him here.
Okay.
And what is
Roll a reflex save.
Yeah. What's a wolf stuff? Here we go. Reflex plus 5.
I don't know that stuff.
1d20 plus 5.
Okay, so it is not entangled.
And his attack. So he was summoned in right there. So does he get
Yes.
his 2
Yes.
bites? Okay.
2 bites.
Or bite and then. Oh, he only gets a bite. That's it. Okay. Ooh, but he trips. That's
Yeah.
pretty good.
He can get his bite attack.
Do it.
Trip him,
1d20
trip him.
plus-
Whatever his
I missed it. What is it? It's a wolf?
It's a wolf.
Yep.
So
A celestial wolf named what?
I don't know. I didn't give it a name.
Wolfie, maybe?
We'll see how it
No.
goes. If it does well,
Derek.
it'll give me. Derek. What? So it has on its sheet on D20. It has bite plus 2, so it'd be just 1d20 plus 2. Because then it also has in brackets plus 4.
So that is if you had the augment summoning feat.
Okay.
It gives them a bonus to strength and
Strong
con.
Okay.
But without that, it's just the normal non-bracketed numbers.
Plus
So
2.
D20 plus 2.
Plus 2.
Just two.
Oh boy.
The
I
6
don't
is
think
going
it's
to miss.
a hit.
Unfortunately, that is
You sure?
a miss.
It was a good effort.
So that's just your
Um,
standard
Subpar.
action.
Movement action. Pull out the wand of holding.
Okay, the
Hold
wand
person.
of holding is
Hold
been-
person.
has been
Holding.
pulled.
Yep.
Yeah,
you
okay.
pull that wand of holding.
Yep.
Next up, it is the bugbear's turn.
Oh,
No.
Bugbear
Bye, Celestial Wolf.
is going to
We hardly knew you.
just trying to
Very
break out of entangle. Provoke. Does it say about that?
Yes,
know.
definitely. 100%. Don't
I
even
think
look
it-
it up.
Especially for
if
celestial wolves.
Yeah, I
The attempt to
remember.
break free is a move action, making a check. Does not say that it provokes.
Well,
So
let's
I'm
see. Do escape artist checks provoke?
Does not say in the spell that it provokes. And he's not doing an escape artist check anyway. Oh, that's a good roll. That is a good roll. I don't know what his strength is. 17. Is this against the DC? I ask this every time. Is it against the DC or is it doesn't? It doesn't have DC in this
We're using
Attack.
strength, or we're using.
strength. Yes.
don't
The DC
remember.
for this check is equal to the DC of the spell. Okay. So 17 and this is thickening entanglement. The DC is 16?
Yep.
Okay. So he's not entangled, but that was his move action to do that. And then, yeah, he'll take one swing at the dog because that's the only thing nearby. So let me remove the entangled. Oh, did it do that? Goodness. Okay. One attack against the wolf. Maybe. With his melee.
I'll look up his AC now. Hang
Is
on.
not being calculated correctly.
Search Pathfinder.
What is going on there? What the heck is going on? Okay, I have to add the entangled condition for it to correct his stats. Something's going on with that weird thing in Combat Manager, but okay. 14 on the die roll. So there's a 19 to hit the wolf.
Yeah, that hits.
I assumed as much. I don't know what a wolf AC is, but
I
probably
doubt he'll hit him
13.
enough to kill him.
that is only 6 points of damage.
Nope.
Wolf is still alive.
Here, I mean, it's not that big a deal. Let's see if I can put this in. 6 points of damage, you said?
Yes.
So, it's now there.
Aiden, it is your turn.
What round of combat are we on?
The third round of combat.
It's still the third round.
This is
So-
the third round of combat.
So Stone Call's still got a ways to go.
Yeah,
It's
a whole
got-
another round. 4 rounds
Yeah.
total.
You know the drill.
Oh, and at the end of the bugbear's turn, he makes another reflex save, which he fails, and the fortitude save.
Red dot again. Does a 19 hit?
Against AC plus 4?
I'm guessing no.
It does.
Oh, awesome. So 10 points of piercing damage as 2 arrows fly through the brush and briars and entangled webs that go and hit this hobgoblin in the chest, in the eyes, in the leg,
Most likely in the arm.
in the arm. And the other one goes wide, splitting between the two of them and narrowly missing the one in the backside. Phew.
Yes. So, let's see here. That is your turn. Did you? Yeah, it was full.
5 foot
Okay.
step.
Yep.
Rapid shot, which is a full round action.
So it is the scout's turns. He can only hitting the wrong keyboard again. Oh, he has to. No, the red one was not entangled, so he has to do his full movement just to get that far. The other one was entangled.
Wait, you just get. Oh yeah, you're right. Wait, was he?
He does not break free.
Was he on this square or this square?
I don't remember. He was not that. No, he wasn't that far back.
So yeah, he gets one more closer to me. I know because I was counting.
Okay.
I think he
the
does
one
it.
the one at the back that was entangled fails to break free, so he is still entangled. But he will make a shot. They're both going to make a shot. One shot against Theros, one shot against Nyari. Both of you are 30
dare
feet
you.
away.
How dare you?
So both of you, this will be against your AC plus 4, but we'll go Theros first. It's a miss. Ooh, natural 19 against Nyari, though. So with his
Miss.
bonus, is a 20. Because it is entangled. Does a
That does
20
not
hit?
hit. Mm-mm.
Okay.
Nice.
Because I'm pretty sure that is calculating correctly, because if I take entangled off, it should be... I just added another entangled. I hate Combat Manager as a condition. Yeah, there's no way it's calculating that correctly. Entangled. Yeah, it says it is, so yeah, we'll say that. So it misses, both miss.
Was
and
red dot here or a square closer? I didn't remember what you.
I don't remember where. He was right at the edge of the
He was.
entanglement.
He was right at the edge of entanglement. I don't know what his movement is, but he was 15 feet away from this square right here. So I don't remember. I don't know what his movement is, but that should make a decision for you.
Yeah, he got where he is.
Okay,
That was not 15 feet.
gotcha. Yep. 'Cause he could go 15 feet to there.
The one in back is still entangled. Has to make a fortitude save. Natural 18 fortitude, so he is not sickened yet. This guy here. I'm not on the right switch. This guy here is not sickened. Bugbear is sickened. That is their turn. Theros, you are up.
Okay. Theros is going to let them handle them. He's worried about Volus, so he's going to make a double move up here. And that's it. Volus is going to attack the wolf with all 3 of his attacks.
Okay,
Get him.
go for it. This is a wolf. You see he's got a little bit of light leather armor on.
Ooh, that's not too shabbaroo there, Volus.
14, 20, and 22.
2 of those will hit.
And 2 max damages.
7 damage each. Good
Okay,
bear.
that's a big chunk. But he's still up.
Good bear.
That's a good bear.
So you moved. Volus did all his attacks. Nyari, you are up. You are right at the edge of all of this difficult terrain stuff here. What do you want to do?
And I saw this dude. Oops. This dude, like, backing away.
Yeah, you saw him kind of dart into the forest a bit and then out of sight.
Oh, man. Okay. Alright. I will move up and swing. Bear with me.
You're not a bear.
Okay. Bear, huh? Okay, I'm gonna try to hit the bugbear.
Okay.
No. It's a natural,
Natural
1,
one.
folks. That would have been a max damage, but that's a natural 1, so that's not gonna hit.
Sarah,
Natural
I feel so bad.
One.
It's just, I've come to expect it.
And let me just check to make. No, you're that. Even if you were, that's stone calls difficult terrain, so you wouldn't be worried about second stuff. Okay. That is Nyari's turn. Back to the top of the round. You hear in Goblin a brief command get yelled out from the distance, and this wolf full withdraws. Deeper into the forest, technically slightly off of the map,
Uh-oh.
and
In 400 feet the wrong direction.
that is their turns. They both do their movements. Orin, it is your turn. I'll just move him. I'll just move this guy kind of like off to the bottom so he's not.
Are we in round 4 now?
This is the top of round 4, yeah.
That dude's just pacing out down there, huh?
You've got a wolf running one direction, goblin probably running the other direction.
Listen, you did you. You got that critical one. You did you, okay?
I'm
Don't you
really
worry about
effective. Wake up every morning and I say, I'm going to be effective today. Also, Jason, where that goblin is, I could totally run and catch up to him. He's not in the difficult terrain anymore.
That's not where he actually is. I just moved him down there so he'd be out of
Where
the
he is on the
combat.
map is where he is in real life, Jason.
No. Otherwise, he
checks out.
wouldn't be on the map.
Well, I don't think I can catch him at this point. I have little legs, even with my special boots. Uh-huh. Is the stone thing still a thing? Did that...
Yes.
Boo.
The difficult terrain will persist for this round.
Alrighty, I think this is the last round of the hammer. I think.
No.
Yes. That sounds correct, yeah.
Can he squeeze in there? No. I don't know how large people work.
Yeah.
Does he get
I
get
don't know how
flanking?
large people
The
work.
hammer does not get flanking, I do not believe. But the hammer and the dog can attack, and Josh is trying to say something, but he doesn't realize that he's muted.
The spiritual weapon does not get flanking, nor does it get any bonuses for.
Well,
anything.
does a 22 hit?
That will hit Mr. Bugbear, who is sickened and entangled.
That is nice.
For 7 damage.
7, he is still up.
Now
That is
the
good.
doggo.
The
He
dog.
gets flanking bonus.
Did the dog roll fortitude against sickened last turn? He rolled against reflex for it, but he did not roll against sickened, I don't think.
No, he did not.
Make sure he's not sickened.
Yeah. You'll take anything you can get, huh?
Yes, I will.
Let's
If you're gonna have me do sickened, I'm gonna make all of you do sickened.
Weren't you doing second at the end of the round? I guess you're going backwards, aren't you?
That was the end of his round when he was first there, yeah.
I answered my own question.
He ended his turn in the area.
Alright, he's not sickened.
Oh,
Okay,
nice.
so yeah, go ahead and make your
Celestial.
normal attack.
He's
D20
immune to poison.
plus
gets-
dose.
He gets flanking.
No, he does not. Oh, he does with you, yeah.
He is. I'm threatening.
Not with the hammer, but he does with
I'm
you.
very threatening.
So it's D20
Oh.
plus 4.
Oh,
Well, it doesn't matter. The natural 20 will hit.
why is this wolf getting 2 natural 20s and I roll a natural 1?
So
Not fair.
Confirm.
Yep, confirm is 1d20 plus. That will hit.
Whoa.
Oh, that's a
Because
confirmed
of-
critical. Because of the second.
Because of the flanking and the entangled and the sickened.
Yeah.
So
Yay.
his damage modifier is 1d6 plus 1.
So 2d6 plus 2.
2d6 plus 2.
He may survive. He did not.
Laying out
That
these
was-
big celestials tonight. Love
He
it.
goes down.
That was fun.
Yeah, nice.
And the hammer is now gone.
Yes.
But we still let 2 of
The
them
hammer.
escape.
And I will roll for him a quick fortitude save.
And reflex save because he's still in the area.
Yes, sir.
Hope we can track that goblin down.
20 plus 5, so this is reflex.
We still have
Okay,
the
so
archers,
he's
don't we?
not entangled.
Yeah, well, I don't foresee them getting away, hopefully.
5. This is the the fortitude. That
He's sickened.
he is sickened. I don't know how to put conditions on
Can,
a
so,
token.
can celestial beasts get second?
I am certain they can.
Okay.
Yeah, he gets
well,
certain bonuses. He gets bonuses against acid against acid, cold, and electricity 5.
So there's no way to add it to a token unless you made a character sheet for it. So you're going to have to look up the second condition and
It's a -2 to everything relevant, basically.
Yeah. Pretty
Okay.
much.
So
He only lasts like 2. Action?
yes.
So which one of
Yes.
these has taken more damage between these two?
This one has
Oh,
taken
okay.
more damage. The red
That's fine.
dotted.
So I am going to use hold person on this one.
Okay. So he's going to roll a will save. Maybe I'll roll better this time than I did in the past.
And it should be a 17, right? It's my DC spell plus 1, right?
It's it would be 10 plus your wisdom plus the spell level.
So up
Hold
to-
person is a second level spell.
Yeah, yep,
So DC 16.
16. Okay.
I have a small percentage chance of succeeding.
Mm-hmm.
Natural 1.
That does
That
not
is not a
succeed.
success.
That fails, in case anyone was wondering.
So this guy back here is held. That
That's
is
gonna be
Oren's
good.
turn. Aiden, you are up.
5-foot step down. He's feeling comfortable with the distance that he's currently at. Gonna do another series of rapid shot. Red dot first, hoping to kill him and hit that held person as he's got that lowered AC. That would be the ideal outcome for this turn. Let's see how we do.
Got it, buddy.
Well, I hit this one,
One
at
of 'em.
least. So a 8 misses and a 21 to hit red dot guy for 6 piercing damage.
Okay. Red dot goes unconscious.
Awesome.
That is Aiden's
Hope you're
turn.
scurred, Mr. Gobby. Hobgobby. Mr. Hobby.
It's now the hobgoblin's turn, so he's going to full round action make another save.
Hoblin.
Hoblins.
Natural 17,
Ooh.
so he is no longer held. But that is his turn.
Did he
There-
roll
Ooh.
if he was sickened?
At the end of his turn, because of the held, he will, yes. He couldn't move.
What round are we at?
Oh, the sickened gives him a -2 on his check.
He is entangled, but he is not sickened.
Okay.
This is the top of round 4, so at this point, Stone Call goes away, because it is now Theros' turn, and 4 rounds have passed.
Theros is going to... It's a standard action to dispel a spell, right?
Yes.
He's going to dispel entanglement
Okay. He is no longer entangled.
and move action, come down south and command. I don't know why I did the southern accent when say going down south. And then call Volus
Makes sense.
to move. Actually, he's gonna stay. Volus more or less gonna stay where he's at in case this hobby tries to run north at any time.
Okay. Nyara, you're
I
up.
don't think he's gonna live long enough.
I am going to.
Charge.
Can I run?
No.
No.
No, because of if there's stuff in your way.
You cannot do
Forest.
the official run action.
Not through the forest.
Well, then I will double move in the direction that goblin went.
Okay. So you start taking off after the goblin. I'll just kind of move him to the corner here.
Can I? Oh no, never mind.
Sure. Take the check to see if you notice.
Well, I don't know if there is a check to notice. Like, I don't think I can just do survival on the fly.
No, but you could do perception.
No. You could not do survival. You could try a perception.
I mean,
it'd be a
there's
very
no
high.
root.
Yeah, it'd be a very high DC because you're
You-
well. doesn't matter.
Well, even if it was a low DC,
An 8.
Will not notice
Guys,
tracking.
Guys, I'm good at rolling dice.
Yeah, you're not sure which direction he went. You don't know if he went straight southeast, or if he went east, or if he went south, or if you don't know.
If it was physical dice, it's
Exactly.
better.
But he is outside of your sight still.
Let's just roll 20.
I would say it's easier to lie with physical dice. Oh, look at that.
Saying I've had a pretty good night on roll 20. I ain't mad.
I've had about par for the course.
It's now the goblin and wolf's turns. They will continue to double move in respective directions as they desire. Orin, it is your turn.
I don't even know what to do. We'll start with the wolf. Move him up. Not there.
Okay.
There.
Wolf moves up to take an attack at the now not entangled guy.
He is sickened still. So plus.
Ah, yes, the sickened wolf. Misses.
I was just complimenting you, roll 20. How dare you?
It heard you. It heard you.
Is he still held?
No, he saved last turn.
Well, he's held again.
Maybe. He rolled a natural
see what happens.
17 last time. I could roll another natural 16, natural 15,
Let's see what happens.
Natural 3.
natural 19.
Oh, well, he's not,
Oh,
and I used
he's
up a
getting the
charge.
hang of this.
Right? He's like, not again, you tricky little dwarf.
Yes. Stinking dwarf.
You stinking dwarf.
And that
You can move if you want.
I'm gonna move.
Is the celestial dog still there?
Yep.
As a move action, can I put away the wand and pull out my warhammer?
As
Or
you're,
much.
you have to drop the wand.
Can't
Yeah, you
see
could
that.
so you could free
Okay.
action drop the wand, move action pull out the hammer, or you could move action stow the wand, and then like next turn during your movement pull out the hammer.
That's what we'll do.
Okay. So you will move action sheath the wand.
Correct.
It is now the scout's turn. Scout is conflicted. There are 3 things that it wants to do.
It's pretty well surrounded, honestly.
I was
So
gonna
I'm
say, it ain't
going
gonna get
to-
away. I mean,
Yeah.
Nair's right there.
So I'm going to roll, see who it attacks. We have either Theros or the dog. Roll 1d4, 1 or 2, Theros. 3 or 4, dog. Dog. So
Good.
Not the
it's
puppy.
going to drop the bow, pull out a battle axe and hand axe. Take 2 attacks. No, 1 attack because move action to draw those out.
Correct.
So 1 attack with the battle axe against the dog. 24 to hit.
No.
No, misses.
Oh.
I'm kidding. It absolutely just
I highly doubt that.
You got him. You got him good.
Rude.
absolutely destroys it.
That is 6 more points of damage to the wolf thing.
Wow, still alive. Barely.
How much health does that wolf have?
If you're wondering, it had 13 HP.
It's taken 12?
Correct. It took, 6 the one
Yeah.
turn and 6 that turn, right?
And,
Yep.
And then he's gonna 5-foot step. That's a 10-foot step. 5-foot step back. And next up it is Theros and Volus.
All right. I don't want to use a spell on this one guy, so Theros is going to move. He's going to move there. And full defense.
Okay.
And he's gonna call Volus down to him.
Okay.
Volus is just gonna move right there.
Nyari. 'tis your turn. You began running off in the last direction you saw that goblin go.
Yeah, I will do it again,
Okay.
and I can only get that far.
So are you moving straight east?
I in the direction that he went, which I don't know, because you just popped him down in the corner, so I don't know where the last direction
The last you
saw
spotted
go.
him, he was moving southeast to get out of the entanglement, but he very quickly went out of your sight. Like, as soon as he
Okay,
got out of
well
the
then I
entanglement, he
would-
was out of your sight.
All right, well then I don't remember where I
So-
was, but I will
Just tell me, are you going south, southeast, east?
southeast.
You could also take a survival check now, technically, I think.
If you wanted to spot his tracks, yes, but you wouldn't make progress moving.
Correct. Just an option, is all I meant.
No, I'm gonna keep moving, and then I don't know if I can perceive
Listen, clearly she's within 10 feet.
anything from in front of me.
Okay.
Because I know there's a lot going on behind me, but
Yeah, so you go southeast, 80 feet. You don't see him in that direction. You
Okay.
listen. Let me just check something real quick. So you're listening with a 20.
yeah.
You don't hear any sound of him.
Okay.
That is Nyari's turn. Top of the round, it is Goblin and Wolf, and
Do I get a turn, or did I already get my turn and I'm forgetting?
I think you already got your turn. It goes Orin, then you.
I'm the bottom of the round.
Yeah, Nyari's at the bottom of the round.
Orin, I thought I was gonna go after Orin and then I didn't.
Well, because you did a full round attack.
Yeah, you did a rapid shot.
Yeah.
That was last round, I thought, but that's okay. I thought I was gonna
That
get a movement. Here.
Was last round.
That
because
was
we are
last
now
round.
on round
Like the
6.
rounds have been long, very long.
All right,
So
Like,
Didn't-
it's the little goblin and the wolf's turn. And then it'll
'Cause
be
they're-
mine again.
Yes, and then it'll
Didn't-
be you.
Orin. Okay.
That was last round.
Yes, that was last round.
It was when he stowed the wand.
Yes.
Yes.
That was before I went. You're saying.
Presumably.
Yes.
Okay. I think I dropped a turn, but that's all right.
I think Josh is right.
It's possible, I guess.
Yeah, because I think I was gonna be 40 feet further, but it's like I said, it shouldn't make too much of a difference. But I didn't want to interrupt because I thought I might have just been wrong.
I
but
think you're right, because Theros did some movement before.
Correct.
Ooh, sure, you can take a turn then.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
just
you're wrong. You're
well,
wrong.
Sarah, I'm sorry, but I don't think that's the case. You know, we can listen back next week, and if I got to move 40 extra feet, well, shame on me.
Listen, you were the last one on tonight, so clearly that means you lose one round.
Okay.
Yep.
That's true. That's true.
Per combat.
Top of the round, Goblin and Wolf move. They're full movements. They're Wolf at this point is basically gone. Goblin is, yeah, he's probably gone, but there might be a shot. We'll see.
What's that? They succumbed to their wounds? Man,
Orin, it is your turn.
lucky.
Jason's gonna give that boss bugbear a hero point in the next battle because of this.
Right.
1 hero point per joke and pun.
gonna die.
And
Well,
How long do I have with the wolf?
this is probably his
Yeah, he
Last
might be.
round.
4th turn because this is the top of the 6th round.
That
So
sounds
it's-
right.
Yep.
So he'll just step up.
Yep.
1D. Did we roll how long he was sickened? Doesn't really. Well,
1d4 rounds after the entangled, so you can roll a 1d4 and we'll see. If it's a 1, then he is no longer
Right.
sickened. No, he's still
he's
sickened.
very sick. He's
So
very
he's
sick.
Four
for-
rounds.
Couple
He
Four
is
rounds.
morphing everywhere.
Hairball.
7 misses.
He fails miserably and then poofs into the oblivion.
He's like, why did you summon me in front of sickening entanglement? You're a terrible master. No, he doesn't actually say that.
We'll
'cause
double
he can't
move
speak.
up while pulling my warhammer.
Okay.
A
He's
squeaky
confronting it.
warhammer.
Aiden, it's your turn again.
Back to it. Gonna charge.
I feel like you just took a turn.
You can move up, but you can't mechanically charge because this is the
Yes.
forest. So there's trees everywhere, not on the map. So like nobody can charge. You can move up there just fine. But
No, I can't then. I thought.
Am I
What do you mean?
squeezing then?
Is,
you're not
but it's
squeezing.
not. It's not difficult terrain though, or
No, it's
everything was.
it's not difficult terrain. But there are objects that would be stopping a straight line charge.
Okay. I didn't realize
He just
that.
plows through them anime style.
I mean, again,
I
the
can't
Fangwood
do.
Forest is incredibly thick.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you.
Not that kind.
Double
Just
move and change
Orin's
weapons.
making eyes at a tree stump.
Okay.
I'm
It
concerned.
is,
I
Yeah.
thought this was a. Okay.
You're the tree boy, not me. You're probably making eyes with a tree.
okay. The scout is going to take 2 attacks. I'll roll to see who he attacks on both ones. So odds he will attack Orin, evens he will attack Iden. So for the first attack, Orin. Second attack, he will attack Iden. So 1 attack against each of you. So battle axe against Orin. That is a miss. Hand axe against Iden. That is a miss.
Sorry, podcast crowd. If you want these jokes, you gotta watch the live stream.
Gotta get in that chat.
For context, every once in a while we just type stuff in the chat, and it's just kind of obnoxious.
Theros, it is your turn. There's still this one guy left.
I'll show you that. If only I could flank with somebody. There's no way I can hit this. Theros is gonna run
Are you
around.
going to provoke to get there?
Oops, nope.
Okay.
And old scimitar hands.
Okay, roll an attack.
Yeah, likelihood of that hitting
It's going
13.
to miss.
That's gonna miss.
13 is not enough.
Theros a
I'm telling
weak
you, the
boy.
whole Red Jaw camp's gonna hear us fighting before we get this guy killed.
What's Volus
Can
doing?
Volus can't charge from there, can he?
No, no
There's
charging.
no
Oh yeah,
charging.
we just got the spell. He can move there.
I mean, you can flavor charge. You just don't get the mechanical bonus of it.
And
Well, you
they'll
can't
get 1
even
bite.
Flavor charge technically. You can't charge. You can't run and attack. Like
Am I
the
good
move,
to,
you have
to move there and bite? Not mess
Yeah,
it
you
up
can
anything?
move and make 1 attack.
Okay.
23 will hit.
For
Minimum
minimal
damage.
damage of 4.
Minimum damage. He's still up. We're moving back to Nyari. So Nyari, you were going to the southeast. You don't hear the goblin moving anywhere. You don't know if he like stopped to hide. You don't know if he's just moving and he's outside of your range. Maybe you went the wrong direction. You have no idea. What are you doing?
Looking for his footsteps. I mean his footprints.
Okay. So you
22 survival.
You don't see any near where you are, but if you start moving in any, if you start backtracking to closer to where you last saw him, you can start to see some of his tracks moving.
So if I like move north, you mean?
No,
Or-
it's back.
Or
Well, that
you
would-
don't mean?
That would depend. He could have gone in 3 different directions as far as you're aware.
Okay.
If you go straight north, then if he went straight south, you're still not going to see
I
anything.
see. So if
So
I go
you could
back,
move- you could move back to where the fight happened, and that would give you a better chance. You could take a risk in going one of the other 2. That's fine.
no, I mean I'll.
Be risky. Do it.
Okay. So if you start moving back, you see that he started to head southeast for a little bit, but then he veered east, straight east.
You lapsed Canadian there. Southeast.
Southeast. That's right.
Southeast.
Yeah, he started to veer southeast. It's like he's curving a bit.
Okay.
And you
So
can start to follow, but you don't on this turn make a lot of progress. But you find his tracks at least.
but I thought I was moving southeast. You said
You were moving south. He veered to the east. He didn't continue going southeast. Is what I'm saying.
Oh. Okay. So where I'm
So
at
you
now,
kept
he
going
looks more
south.
east.
He did not. It doesn't look like he kept. Yeah, it looks like he's going east, probably veering back up northwards.
Do I have any more movement in that direction?
I'm going to say no.
No,
Your movement was to get back and find the tracks.
Yeah, because of
Okay.
the check is going to be like a standard action in this instance, at
Yeah.
least.
Cool beans.
So this is your turn. It is the wolf and the goblin's turn. They're still continue double moving. Orin, you're up. This last guy has survived a long time.
Move over here.
Okay.
Clearly, by yeah.
25, 30. Okay. Yep.
Yes, sir. And then,
So you're flanking.
yep.
Got your
Getting-
warhammer.
Got my warhammer, so I get a +1 for hated enemy and a +1 for Torog's obedience, and
Okay.
a bonus
Yeah.
for flanking.
Yes. That will hit.
Yeah, boy!
Sweet.
He is still up.
Oh my goodness.
Seriously?
Taking a lot of damage at this point, but yeah, he's still up.
Grossly surrounded.
Aiden, it is your turn.
5-foot step in. He's got that great sword out with the lead blades still applied to it, so hopefully this will hit. Because
It has not been 10 rounds.
an 8, however, will just not do it.
An 8 will grossly miss.
Grossly, as he
So
says.
much, in fact, that it hits Theros, and he takes 20 points of damage.
Could you
Wow.
imagine how
Ow.
heavy a leaded blade would be? Like,
Okay,
That would not feel good.
it is his turn. And I'm going to roll to see if he attacks Theros or the bear, because he hates elves, but he has favorite enemy animal.
I mean, I did 7 points of damage to him. Don't count me out.
Yeah.
Yeah, but racism is stronger than
Racism
hate.
is really strong, you know.
Yeah.
Listen,
Oh, no.
hobgoblins are hated enemies of dwarves regardless. Like, they don't have to have anything special. They
I'll
hate
roll a d6. 1, 2 is Orin, 3, 4
You
Theros.
convinced
I mean, if you're gonna do that, you might as well say that, that I'm pretty intimidating. You know, he might not
With
hate
your
me.
sword made of lead.
Yeah.
He's going to be attacking the bear.
I mean, excuse me, I am a large girl.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
huge. No, just
Honestly,
large.
Nope, just large.
Just
Honest-
large.
he might
Battle
pull
axe.
his draw and try to get Niari. Actually.
That's going to miss. Hand axe against Volus. Ooh. That might actually hit. With favorite enemy, 20.
Yeah.
So-
AC 18.
That is 7 more points of damage. And he will 5-foot step on top of the goblin. That is his turn. Theros, it's your turn. Can you kill him?
Theros is going to move and heal Volus with the Cure Light Wounds wand.
Okay.
So that's gonna be a roll of 1d8 plus 1, right? 6 for Volus.
Okay.
And let me get rid of one of those uses on the wand. And Volus is going to take a 5-foot step and attack with all 3 attacks.
Okay.
Come on, bear.
Can he do it?
Come on, bear. Nope. Don't look like it.
Ooh. Boy. The 16 does hit.
Oh,
For
okay.
5 bludgeoning or slashing.
And he goes down.
The music was perfect timing with that going down. And he goes down. Dun, 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 dun.
Okay. At the bottom of the round, it would be Nyari. Is there anything you want to do round-wise, or you want to just drop out of initiative?
I think that guy's probably gone.
He has had a couple turns to run at this point.
I will go small again.
We could get him
Because-
though.
Every time I go big, it's useless. So I'll just go small.
Well, to be fair, certain class abilities in this party don't necessarily mesh with other class abilities.
Well, you know what they say. Small is the new big.
Like, you're the only one in the group. Wait, you have ranged options, don't you?
Yeah.
She does. She just doesn't ever use them.
I mean, it's just
She's-
not
she's
as
not
great.
good at range.
To
Yeah.
be fair, neither is Aiden. I mean, no one's good at range. He is, I would
I'm
say,
gonna say something that's
passingly
borderline
adept.
rude, but is her range worse than rolling -1 every time she tries to melee?
I mean, I could still roll my ones
Oh.
on my ranged.
It's just hurtful. Unnecessary.
That's
I love how he
nothing
says that, like,
personal.
I don't
That's roll
mean
20.
to be rude, but is anything better than nothing?
Right? Right?
I
See-
think the answer's yes.
I went off and spent like 4 rounds not doing anything at all, and you guys were just fine. So, Nayari's gonna go back to the
I'm saying
caves.
Yeah,
statistically
clearly we don't
speaking.
need you. Yeah, I think we're fine. We'll
Just
be
make
fine.
sure Nayari leaves all of her loot in the cave.
So I'm
Just
gonna
use me
pick
as
up.
a meat shield. I'll just stand in front.
Gonna pick up my item, Jace, and then gonna do the old survival situation. Plus half my level to track, so it's gonna be a 24 as I'm looking for this. By the way, was that wolf? Was that a warg again?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay.
He's probably like, I would have had a different stat block if it were a warg.
Just wanted to check. So does he find the trail? I'm pretty sure that does.
Yeah, which one are you trying to find the trail of? The wolf, you said?
No, not particularly. The goblin, the little goblin guy.
Okay, yeah, you can find the trail. Nayardi already found the trail, so she can even point it out.
Yeah, so we're so if we follow it a little bit of the ways is what Aiden would like to do. Does it head back in theory towards Camp Redjaw?
Starts
or-
looping in what you perceive to be that direction.
Okay. He'll disengage after a little while and then rejoin with everyone. And he'll come back kind of panting because he was quick to follow the trail. Like, as he catches his breath. I followed the track as long as I could, but I think he's already made his way to the camp that we found. And he sighs and starts, looking over each of the bodies, doing the whole coup de grace and searching the corpses sort of thing as he is scrambling to think about what they should do.
Yeah, Orin wants to look to see if there's any like documents or orders, maps, anything like that on them.
There's no like orders or anything, but there is another one of those like super crudely drawn maps that is pretty similar to the one that you found with Feyrak at the caves.
Similar or exact?
It's not exact, but it's pretty close.
Pretty much pointing to the same area.
Like it looks like it was probably like drawn by somebody different, but they might have been drawing the same thing. Like there's minor variances.
Okay.
Theris is just listening and keeping watch to make sure that all the ruckus didn't draw any attention while you all
Yep,
are
you
searching.
don't hear anything. You don't hear anything approaching.
That's good. Good to hear. Good news, everyone. Nobody's approaching.
I don't think I'm cut out for fighting here.
Does she say that?
Yeah. Also, Jason, I'm little again. Oh my gosh!
Orin just goes, I knew it!
For those listening to the
You
podcast,
are huge!
Jason just made her token like massive.
Could you imagine the burning hands that would come off a creature that large?
Fire!
Yeah, right.
Burn down the forest!
The whole thing would get burned.
And what size monster is one that's that big, Jace? Like colossal?
Gargantuan?
Yeah, that's huge.
No,
Regardless,
it's gargantuan.
Get
Get it right, Josh.
Got him.
all right. So yeah, we didn't find anything particularly of note on any of these corpses.
Not really. I mean, like you'd find
The
you know,
standard fare. Yeah.
they had some leather armor, some battle axes, some short swords, some short bows, some arrows, a lot of mundane stuff.
I'll replenish
you-
my arrows.
Yeah, you can get your arrows back. We're not tracking provision points anymore, so that's not
I was
important.
just about to say your provision points.
Any provision points? Those used to be really important.
Collectively had 6 gold pieces, it looks like.
Well, might as
So,
well add that to
you
the
can-
inventory.
You can add 6 gold pieces.
We're rich, boys.
What do we do now? Do we wait and
Do you-
attack the camp, or do we try to ambush another group?
Do you think they will come back to collect their dead? I don't know anything about them.
Josh Allen, do not think so at all. But can I roll a knowledge religion, maybe, or a knowledge religion to see if they have any burials that they like?
What about a
to,
knowledge religion?
Yeah, basically. If I
No.
can-
No. I think the one you want is religion.
Yes. So the whole point. Here's my stick, Chase. So you can back off.
He's
with that.
already decided, but I
You
want to
can-
hear this.
You can back off with that smirk. All right. This is gonna work. Now, for example, if we're gonna talk about like religious duties, like the Church of Pharasma, for example, handles funeral rites. That's their whole shtick. So that clearly follows that things related to burial rites are under the category of religion. So even though I might not have knowledge local to learn about goblins, I would have knowledge religion to know what they would do related to their gods, of which one we have already learned of, and Ned. So who knows what crazy stories Father Nolan might have told him. I think I should get to roll.
Yeah, sure, go ahead and roll.
He's not gonna give it to me. It's gonna be like DC 26. Hey, there's a 17. Are they gonna come back for their dead?
What was your bonus? No, yeah, you got a pretty decent shot of hitting that. 17 is not going to be enough.
DC 20.
Could Theros roll
I was
a...
gonna
Let's
give
say,
it a
how about-
20.
Orange never
No.
played.
I know even less. I don't want to know about no filthy hobgoblins and their gods. Not interested.
All right. Let's
Goblin.
all right. Knowledge. Geography.
No.
Yeah.
So really, we could just set up a camp here and see if they come back. I mean,
Maybe I could roll a knowledge nature, because death is a natural occurrence. And in nature, I would know
The
how
nature of goblins.
death is handled.
Roll anybody can do this. Roll one of these skills that you have. If you have profession soldier, yeah, that was the main one.
Perform gravedigger.
Or a wisdom check.
Ooh, this is good. This is
I
gonna be
can
good.
do wisdom as well.
Oh my.
Oh my. 19, 18, 17, 8.
Profession soldier, by the way. Rest in peace, Elwood. Name never forgot it.
So, 3 of you guys get the sense that eventually they're going to come back here.
Oh, really?
Maybe not to bury their dead or anything like that, but
But to find us.
they know there was a battle here. They're going to want to try to find you guys. So they're going to come back here, look around, see if they can find tracks, and they're probably going to try to track you down. That is the common sense idea that you all kind of get. You're like, they're almost certainly going to investigate.
I feel like they're gonna send the ward guy this time.
Oh,
Sniff us out.
Yeah.
We do have scent cloaks.
Well, he seems like a kind of a lieutenant type fella.
We do have
Well,
scent
that's one guy. That one goblin that ran off seemed to be one that was ordering the others. So it's possible that he was an officer of sorts.
So, Jace, from what I counted at dinner
Yes.
and watching each of the patrols pass, the numbers that I had did not include the patrols.
I don't know what numbers you wrote down, but probably not.
Okay, so I know of that many people plus the patrols. What time of day is it again?
At this point, early evening, late afternoon, 3 o'clock.
Okay, so
Something like that.
it all comes down to how many we expect them to bring. I need Andrew to be here to discuss my plan, but Aiden will basically say, I think that they'll come back, and if they do, maybe we can try to have a little bit of a warning ahead of time. If Theros, if you can become a bird again, you could give us a warning if you see them coming, and how many there are. And then we could decide if we wanted to fight them or not.
I have a feeling they're probably going to send more than what we fought now. Seeing as how we were able to dispatch of this patrol, it seems likely that they would bolster any additional patrols. But they also are likely to send their best trackers as well.
And he's thinking, I do not know what is best. But if a lot of them came looking for us here, then there wouldn't be as many at the camp.
Well, what I'm worried about is that big, ugly fellow that you spoke of. He seems pretty menacing. And I almost want to wait and fight him after we have whittled down their numbers more. The last thing we need is him and a mob all surrounding us.
I agree, Niari. What do you think that we should do then?
I guess my vote would be to stay here and see if they send others out to us. We can try to cover our tracks and cover our scent.
I know a way to mass sense, but I would need a day to prepare the materials.
We have 3 scent cloaks.
He nods. That will do very well.
4 scent cloaks, I'm sorry. There's one for each of us except for Volus.
Can bears wear cloaks, Jace?
It's not a cloak, it's like you're cloaking the scent, so it's like an alchemical thing.
Oh. How long does it last?
24 hours, I
Bear
think.
probably wouldn't. Bear smell wouldn't be suspicious in the woods, I imagine.
In the
huh?
woods, yeah.
Unless they know you have a bear.
Which they do.
Oh,
Yeah, it
crap.
will just increase the DC of tracking you by scent by 10 for 24 hours.
Jace, how soon do we think they'll send out a group looking for us?
Probably wouldn't have any real indication of that.
If somebody had like a 20 wisdom or higher, I'd probably tell you. But
So close.
So
you're
close.
not.
If
You're not
Orin
sure.
aids Theros and he takes a
Fortunately,
20,
that's not how it works.
Actually,
I'm just
It's
standing
hard
over
to
it.
say.
Think hard.
I didn't say
I mean-
this, but I was a.
There's a couple different possibilities. Like they might come right away to try to get you before you can reassemble, or they might wait it out and try to track you down and see if they can catch up to you when you're at camp. Maybe attack you during the night. They might not even try to like actually attack you. They might be trying to track you down and just observe you. There's a number of things that they could do, and you know that all of them have pros and cons. You don't know which route they're going to take. You don't know anything about their commander, their tactics, to know one way or the other.
Should we observe the camp again in case they decide to leave, and then ambush the camp while they're fewer in number?
That's a possibility. And if things get bad, we can retreat into the woods.
That
Maybe-
was something I was suggesting. It might work. Theros, can you become a bird again for today or no?
Not today, no.
Man. Everything I want to do requires it to be tomorrow. He'll even say that in character. Everything that I can think of doing, I need more time.
Well, should we try to cover our tracks heading back to where we were before? And just keep a close watch through the night and see if... Well, that won't help if they send out somebody today. I would guess, with it being dark, they probably know that we cannot see in the dark, and they will probably send someone out tonight to catch us when it's dark.
I think that is true. The hobgoblins have a significant advantage over us at night.
And I have a bad feeling about raiding their camp at night, even though now we do have some forms of light. It still gives us a disadvantage.
You said that we couldn't charge in this area because there's obstacles and stuff. Does that mean
Yeah.
that there's trees and things we could hide in or hide above and that kind of thing?
You can try.
I mean, how far away are we from the Red Jaw camp?
At this point, you followed them a couple hundred feet. How close were you guys camping to the? How close were you guys to the camp when you set up? Do you think?
Enough that you said it was half an hour and an hour for Iden to get there and back,
Okay.
for each person respectively.
So
Half an hour for
Half
Theros.
a mile.
something
Yeah.
like that, within maybe like 1 hex away. So you guys are a couple hundred feet further than where you were. So you're like maybe a mile out, which means if they want to get you right away, then they could be coming very soon.
Mm-hmm.
But if they're waiting, who knows?
Oh, I
Well-
thought we would have had more time because the guy has to get back, report, then they have to discuss on their end, and then send somebody.
Yeah, it'll probably
Yeah.
take them a while to get back and report and
Yeah.
whatnot. But it's like if they
3
could be
hours,
here
I think.
before nightfall. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I think 3 hours is our window of like that's as they could be here in as little as 3 hours. They could be longer, but I think that from some level of consistency, even 2 hours is possible, depending.
I don't know if we want to stay here. Bless you. I think that we should move a distance away at least, but close enough that we might be able to hear if anyone were to come back to this area.
I agree. That seems like a smart, wise plan.
I think that is our best course of action. We should move together.
I will
So
follow
that's
you
what
all.
we do.
Okay. So you guys are staying in the area but nearby.
Yes. And trying to cover our tracks. Like, we could leave the tracks that are in this immediate area, but I would imagine that we're trying to cover tracks getting to where we're camping.
Well, like you said, Iden doesn't leave tracks. Theros doesn't leave tracks. It's just the two of you. We can move at half speed to cover them and increase the DC for them to chase us. But honestly, with them having dogs, that won't make a difference.
Well, that's why I'm saying that we could use the scent cloaks to try to mask our scent in
I think-
addition to covering our tracks.
That is going to be what's going to give us an edge.
Are we sending Volus somewhere off? in the distance. Like, you smell of bear. Get out of here.
Send him up a tree.
Yeah, send him up a tree, Winnie Pooh style.
Well, just brainstorming too.
Oh dear.
Whistling
Oh.
arrows
There's a kitty cat.
can be
Oh,
heard
dear.
up to 500 feet away, but not further. So, that's something we can keep in mind too, if we want to have a way to like give signal that wouldn't alert the main camp, but if we were all within 500 feet, we could be a little spread out. Just brainstorming here. And we have those whistles too that I spent money on that can tell signals and stuff like that. Yeah, that kind of thing. Mm-hmm.
We also have a thunderstone that we could try to get the jump on them.
Yeah, I think I like that. I think I like everyone dipping off a little bit and maybe having Aiden wait around here or further ahead, you know, and if he spots them coming, you know, giving out like a bird whistle or something like that, just like Andrew just did. And then, right, rolling a stealth, trying not to get noticed, and sneak back to reconvene with you guys. And then we would have a little bit of time to prep, and we could hit them with a thunderstone when they came close. That could help level the playing field.
Okay.
I think I like that idea. What do you guys think?
That
Yeah.
could work.
It's the best that we've got.
I think so. All right. I hope to see you shortly. Or not, I guess. And
Okay.
He'll stay behind again.
So, Aiden is staying in this area,
Yeah.
and everybody else is going how far away?
I don't know.
What, like a few hundred feet back towards the first camp, right?
Sure.
Yeah. I mean, all the way up to 500 feet or further. I mean, sound travels about that far. So.
Yeah, I would say we would be within earshot of
Mhm.
Aiden.
Yeah.
And Aiden obviously does like a little bird call and, you know, lets them know what it'll sound like.
All of a
Something.
sudden, there's a whole bunch of birds that make the same exact sound.
Yeah.
We're like, oh shoot, foiled. And
So
then
you
we
guys-
find out that Aiden doesn't know how to whistle after we've already gone that
Yeah.
far away.
he's like trying desperately. Like,
Hey, you guys!
There's a coming.
he starts like making panic noises as they're coming closer. Like,
You got Jason to smile.
desperately trying to
Why
whistle.
is that so fitting for your character? With his
He's just-
functional face.
He's just the most incompetent.
I think I'm more incompetent.
Could you
Okay,
imagine
so-
how terrified you would be, though?
So the three of you and Volus are going closer to the original camp, which is closer to Camp Redjaw. Like where you guys spent last night, where you guys first saw this group walking by. You heard them walking by, so you're going in that direction, not like further towards the caves.
No, I think further towards the caves is the right call, not towards Redjaw. Because we veered off to the east to chase these guys, right?
They kind of
but-
like they were coming from like the north, going to
Ah.
the southeast. So you were underneath where their trail would be if you were to grab
Yeah,
it.
no, I think it's perfectly fine to go like where we were camping past, even if it is towards Redjaw or whatever the place is called. I think it'll be fine. Whatever you
Okay.
guys decide.
Because I thought the whole point was that we were going to go infiltrate the camp while they were coming after us.
No, that's not the case. We're gonna try to lay ambush to them when they come to us.
Yeah. I thought we were gonna ambush them.
Yeah.
Okay.
You still on board for that?
Because we just don't have the resources to be certain that we could succeed at the camp.
Right.
Because like
We
we'd
were-
have to wait a whole nother day for Theros to.
Right.
Okay.
wild shape and stuff. We just don't have the stuff to be certain
If
what's
he could
even
wild
going on.
shape, yeah, if he could wild shape now, his overland flight is going to be more than them navigating the thick of the forest. So we could have, in theory, gotten a beat about what a better course of action would be. But he already used it for today.
Okay.
So we're just going to lay an ambush again.
And who
Okay.
knows? Maybe the big guy will come to us. I hope
Yep.
not.
He terrifies me.
Okay.
It's his big
So-
foot.
You guys head back a little bit closer to where you were the night before. Aiden posts up in this area,
Mm-hmm.
and you guys wait. So are you planning? How long
Like
are you guys
perfect
waiting?
music transition there. It's like, and you guys wait. Do, 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 do.
What do you mean?
But-
How long? Like, does nothing happen within a couple of? I mean, like we had talked about, like 2 or 3 hours.
Well,
No,
yeah, because
I didn't.
you surmised that they wouldn't be here at least for 3 hours. So how much longer than 3 hours are you? Like, are you gonna go 3 hours and if they don't show up right away, Aiden's booking it, or?
No, I think Aiden is going to stay until he hopefully sees them.
I'm never leaving that spot again, regardless of whether they come or not.
Well, we'll see
It's
if
like
the
2
morning
weeks
rolls
go
around.
by
Yeah,
and
they'll
like
come-
nobody's.
He's got
He's
like a
got a
giant
beard, like down to his belly button.
and he's like, guys, I still can't whistle.
he's got less of a punchable face now, though. He covered most of it up.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So, in that case, everybody roll perceptions. Aiden's rolling perception. Have you guys roll perception? Everybody just roll perception.
15.
I cast another spell. Just kidding. I don't have any prepared. Oh, 21. Not so bad.
25 for Theros.
I mean, can I give
And
myself a
Fur
guidance?
OS.
No.
Fair.
This is encompassing a much longer time period than 1 minute.
T. Heros.
Okay.
Can I still only see like 100 feet forward in this area?
As long as you're staying within the thick of the forest, yeah.
Yeah. So it's gonna be. They're gonna be pretty darn close to me before I get sight on them.
So, what happens is that a good 5 hours pass. It's 8 o'clock in the evening. And Theros, you hear movement in the forest.
Near our camp, not near where Aiden is. Or just
You hear movement just like before,
Okay.
right? You guys
just
went
so you-
closer to your camp. You hear, it sounds like they're taking a similar path that this patrol took, so you hear them on their way to that spot.
And just remember, Jace, everyone used the scent cloak as well, if I'm not mistaken, right? So we all have that going for us.
So you hear them making their way to that spot. Are you guys following them is the plan? Or what is the goal there? Because if you do nothing, they're going to continue to the spot where Aiden is, which is like 300, 400 feet away from where you guys currently are.
Yeah, no,
but
I
if
mean,
you guys
we're
try
not.
to follow them, you're going to have to roll stealth checks.
I think the idea was to return to where Aiden was if we saw any kind of movement.
Okay.
Yes.
So go ahead and roll stealth checks to
Oh,
make it back to
no.
Aiden without being heard by people who are actively listening for your presence.
Crap.
All according to Keikaku.
To be fair, they're not that far away from where I am because they're within
Yep.
earshot.
Yep,
Stealth
that
rogue.
checks out. That's about
feel
right.
like I shouldn't even bother.
and 7 from Nayari.
Okay.
Yikes.
It's always
So
good to split the party.
Aiden
Clock. Yep.
is about 400 feet from your position.
Okay.
You guys are here. You hear this group coming. They don't have any lights because they don't need them. But you hear them moving. They're trying to be quiet, but Theros is very perceptive. And he kind of whispers to you guys that he can hear them. And you guys try to move in the direction that Aiden is. But only one of you guys can see all that well. Because 2 of you lack dark vision. So you guys go to move. Orin is kind of like leading you. But unfortunately, he is so focused on leading you guys so that you don't like trip over a vine or something that he proceeds to trip over a vine. And then directly behind him, Nyari trips and falls on top of him.
We're both prone.
Theros and Volus freeze in their tracks, silent, making no noise. The two of you get up, hoping that nobody heard the sound of two armored creatures falling on top of each other in the forest.
Clunk.
See, I shouldn't make noise because of my armor because... Oh, I am wearing a chain shirt. Never mind. I thought I was wearing leather armor.
A couple seconds go by, and Orin, you hear goblins shouting in the distance. Seems that they heard something in your direction.
Do I
And
hear
that's where
them?
we're going to pick up next week.
Oh,
You-
man.
All right. Does he hear the goblins?
No.
That's where we'll pick up
Because it
next.
is...
He'll hear him soon.
Given the distance modifier for perception, he's taking a massive penalty.
Yeah, but once battle starts, he'll hear it.
And that's where
Hopefully.
we'll pick up next week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Good
I
call.
just needed. I was doing that for the podcast outro, so I can like cut it out.
Yep.
I
We
wasn't
live
trying to
to
like.
fight another week.
I wasn't
It
trying to
was
shut
the
anybody
sound
up.
Battle is a minus 10 perception to the DC, but distance is +1 per 10 feet.
Here is our professional outro. Thank you for joining us. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
We end with some
Good
ASMR.
Oh dear.
good day, sir.
Oh no, what have we done? We broke rule number 1.
Hey.
Don't split the party, you fool.
Hey,
Thanks
I
for
didn't expect
joining
them to
us, Gallant
come
Goblin,
that way.
aka Miles. It's good to have you in here,
it was
buddy.
fun having you, man. Do be sure to check out our actual podcast on the Spotify or on iTunes or pretty much anywhere
Yeah.
you can find podcasts if you want to listen to some of the earlier episodes on your commutes or when you're working or whatever you do. Take care, man.
Hey, Jason, from hearing
Yes.
them, do we get any sense of how many of them are